go.
Y'all need a pilot?
Before you get to the topic figure, I just want to say Jose Haley or Big Bomb. Let's. It's just opening weekend. Probably has a chance. In fact, I'm just gonna say it. It's gonna get the elemental treatment. It's gonna be the sleeper hit of the year, because it's got positive reviews and the budget's not that high. It's only $150 million budget. Trust me, it's gonna have its feet. Give it a couple weeks, it'll find its footing.
We don't mean to laugh. It's just that you're way off base.
You see? See, I can make fun of myself.
That's right. I did not edit it. Tanner apparently did not edit it either. It was all Soren.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Happy Prime Day for everybody who celebrates. I'm probably gonna get a new microphone because it's dirt cheap. Yeah, I'm legit probably gonna make like these. Well, I mean, not the headphones, but the sets are gonna go fuck away by next week. But I will say though, yeah, Elio, just let's get the box office out of the way. Jurassic World Dominion was #1, made $147 million on the 4th of July opening weekend, despite the fact people were shitting all over it. It made money anyway. But I will say this though, in terms of how, Jurassic, I feel like the reason why it made so much money is very simple. Dinosaurs.
Yep.
Dinosaurs. That's the reason why people want to go see it. I feel like people are easily, and I saw a bunch of people criticize, why can't we make a more original films? Why are people going to go see Jurassic World? Very simple. I feel like in terms of what audiences, it kind of will connect to my topic loosely, very, very loosely, but it will. I feel like these are comfort movies. Jurassic Park, you know what you're going to get yourself into. You know what to expect. People want to see who would you rather see? A movie about dinosaurs for the 7th time, or a movie that has no commercial appeal? Of course, if I were them, I would pick the dinosaur movie. I would, to be honest with you. But, to me, I feel like people kind of need to calm down about Jurassic Park. It can't be as bad as Dominion. It really can't. People are saying it's worse than Dominion. It's the worst thing ever. People are saying it's the second. It's like the fucking the worst thing ever. I'm just like, this can't be worse than Dominion. Dominion is the drizzling fucking shits.
My best friend ranked, he kind of ranked the movies for me, and he put Rebirth as the 3rd best.
That's not bad considering the quality of these fucking films.
Because he really enjoys World a lot.
I do too.
The first
one.
Yeah.
But
I actually watched at least half of it week before last for the first time, at least half of it, and I really enjoyed what I watched.
Yeah, it's too bad Colin Trevorrow couldn't follow it up with anything good. That's another reason why I feel like Rebirth is going to be better. Because Colin Trevorrow's not involved with the project at all.
Yeah, instead of Gareth Edwards and Derek Corp.
David Kep, but yeah, you know, I feel like something tells me, it's probably not going to be a great movie. I'm not saying it's going to be a great movie. I'm just saying maybe I'll enjoy it. Maybe I'll probably enjoy it. I mean, if it's going back to its roots, it's going to be more about the dinosaurs again. I'm not going to mind. People are like, oh, no, we can't repeat the magic. Of course, I feel like with these sequels, you can't repeat the magic of the first movie. People need to understand it cannot be duplicated.
The first movie is a lightning in the bottle situation, and Spielberg himself couldn't even strike.
No,
twice.
I mean, look at fucking Congo, another adaptation of Michael Crichton novel. Congo apparently is utter dog shit, although people enjoy it as a guilty pleasure. Congo was hyped up because Michael Crichton had done Jurassic Park. Then he created ER, which I love, and it was hyped up. It was the biggest show on TV at the time. And then Congo was hyped up, and then nobody cared about Congo. Like, not even he could hype it up and all this other stuff. I'm like,
stop eating my sesame cake.
Yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, that's another thing entirely. Stop eating my sesame cake. But yeah, I don't know what you guys are thinking. Like, it's supposed to be like people thinking like this is gonna be some like high art movie. I'm just like, Jurassic Park, even the first one, is not a very high art movie. It's to the point where, remember, when you watch the Siskel and Ebert review for Jurassic Park, they were very mixed on it. If this was Ebert and Roker, would probably go the thumb sideways if they would. I think they did the thumb sideways for only a couple of years, but
I couldn't find that particular Siskel and Ebert video anywhere. The Lost World.
And they said that the visuals were amazing, but they couldn't care about the characters. They just didn't care. They had little to no development. Even back then,
which is really surprising, especially watching the movie now and everything, and just loving all the characters and stuff. But I don't know. It's really interesting how I don't know, people soften on movies over time, and then instantly become classic.
Oh yes, I forgot another Crichton novel that did not do well as a movie, Timeline. I heard that movie was dog shit.
What is that?
That's what Paul Walker directed by Richard Donner, I believe. Yeah, Richard Donner. And it's about these group of like scientists or something who accidentally travel back in time to like the 1700s, the 1500s, something crazy like that. And they're like stuck there. I think that's what it's about. I'm gonna have to fucking look up the damn movie again. I forget what
I was thinking another.
No, they travel back in time to medieval France because the professor was stuck in medieval France in the middle of a battle. Oh no, they're not scientists. They're archaeology and history students. That's what they were.
Another Michael Crichton thing that I really like that he actually wrote the screenplay for is the original Westworld.
Somebody else is here. I don't know who it is. Gray. Is it Chan trying to be Eric again?
No. I'm Eric Lima. I'm tired of being disrespected. No. Well, anyway. So what's up, guys?
I thought you were not going to be on.
I'm not. I just wanted to go say hi. Of course, Mr. Mason. We are going to watch Superman on Thursday, and the reactions are great.
Good. I'm actually going to talk about this, right? I was going to talk about the positive. I was going to talk about the positive reaction to it. I said this before backstage, but I implied it, but I didn't outright say it. You know why I'm happy that this movie got good reviews? Because the Snyder cult is fucking humbled now. They got defeated. The war is over. We won. The Snyder cult is dead, and just.
Well, let's not forget you were one of the biggest antagonists of this movie. You schmuck.
The second trailer.
Just the first trailer.
It was just the first trailer. I was like fucking heel turn, like for the entire marketing campaign.
I put something in the private chat so you can react to AI Victor. I timestamped it for you, Victor. So that's my segment, and I will be here. but that's my segment is for you to react to your own to that conversation. Anyway, guys, we're playing Tony Hawk. I just wanted to come in here and say what's up. So, Emperor Zoo Groove, excellent movie, fun film. Probably David Spade's best movie, which is not saying much.
No, Tommy Boy's his best movie. Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy's overrated.
No,
anyway,
it is not.
You're overrated, you bitch. Anyway,
you're overrated too.
You wanted William Dafoe to fuck you in the ass for the new Ari Aster film, so it's okay.
God, and the movie, I thought the movie I watched today.
But yes, the link is there. It's in the comment section where the timestamp where I contact you. There you go. You're welcome. So I look forward to hearing you react to that and all that.
Maybe I'll save that shit for when we're done with the topics when we get to the
yeah. Anyway, y'all take care.
Okay. With that being said, I'm going to talk about Superman now. Positive reception. It's currently 84% rare on Tomatoes. I'm happy because the Snyder cult got humbled. The Snyder cult, and I love it how I think on the Reddit, I don't think I saw on the Mega thread. I think it was like there's an official DCU Reddit now. I'm like, wow, it took them that long. And one guy said, "quote lurking on the Snyder Cut Reddit and watching them cherry pick bad reviews from the most random websites and YouTube videos and talking them up like they're the end all be all of the film's quality has been really sad and thoroughly enjoyable." I mean, it's to the point where most of the American critics gave it a positive review. I think let's talk about the Daily Beast for a second because they broke the embargo.
Yeah.
And they were saying, "Oh, this movie sucks. This movie stinks," and all this other stuff. Got a lot of people worried. It got me worried a little bit, to be honest. And then one other Variety review of Heads of State, the new John Cena and Idris Elba vehicle, saying that movie was silly, but Superman was sillier. And then when the actual Variety review came out, it wasn't from that reviewer, it was from Owen Gleiberman, the head critic at Variety, aka the one you fucking trust, because Owen Gleiberman worked for Entertainment Weekly for like decades. So at least he's the one you could trust. So it's just, yes, he did. I saw that as of like a couple of hours ago. That offer was bad mouthing Sinners before, like I think before it came out, when it came out.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That reviewer didn't like Sinners.
Yes. They were saying to review bomb the movie and all this other stuff, and fucking even to the point where Grace Randolph, a person who has shat all over James Gunn for literally over a decade, ever since he got hired to do Guardians of the Galaxy, even she gave it a positive review. And I don't even like Grace Randolph very much, and she gave it a positive review. It's the point where all these Snyder fans, all this bullshit, like, dude, like they're trying to make it all like seem like they're trying to cherry pick all the bad reviews. I'm just like, oh my god, you guys are fucking pathetic. Like, you guys are fucking pathetic. And to the point where I saw one YouTube, oh yes, Tyrone Magnus. What a heavy decline he was. I mean, yeah, I used to kind of watch him a little bit here and there back in the day, but now he just pretty much shout. He's actually legit now blocking comments who said the movie was good. And he's fallen into the quote-unquote anti-woke crowd. Yeah, he's one of those fucking people like Mahler, Critical Drinker, the fucking reviews I cannot fucking stand.
You know, at least Mahler is kind of losing his audience. I'll say that.
I think Drinker's losing his audience too, because I haven't seen his videos been popping up on my... I think Neurotic is the one that's still kind of popping up a little bit, but...
Yeah.
He needs to go away. Apparently he did illegal stuff, so I'm surprised that he hasn't been arrested again. So
the thing is, you can't trust like that. This is off topic and everything, but you can't like trust those grifters and everything.
Yeah,
because
you can't.
They just they review movies not based on the quality, but based on the wokeness,
based on the political beliefs of the Republican ass audience, and it's just. To me, review the movie fairly. That's all I'm saying. Review the movie and be fair about it. That's all. You know, if you give it a negative review, be fair about it. And apparently, from all the professional critics who gave Superman a negative review, most of them are in the UK. I don't know what the British has with Superman. Probably they're upset because Henry Cavill was a British Superman, and now the British Superman is no more. And now we get some guy from Philadelphia replacing him. Yeah, I read that David Cornsweet is from Philadelphia, apparently. So it's to the point where they're making all this bullshit up about, this movie's bad. It's like, I'm so happy that these people got defeated. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's ridiculous with the whole, like, listen, like, I like Zack Snyder. I am also not his biggest fan either. Like, he seems like a really, really cool dude, and I like he's clearly a director that has the vision. It's not the best vision in the world sometimes, but, I respect him a lot. And, you know what? His DC universe didn't work out, and
no, it
was
didn't.
never
and people
going
need to grow up and let James Gunn and Peter Safran move forward, because it's time to grow up, because it's not coming back.
And James Gunn released like that photo of him and Zack Snyder, and he purposefully posted that photo because
apparently Rick and Morty had Snyder and Gunn in the episode. Apparently, from what I understand, I don't watch Rick and Morty because it's a piece of crap, but apparently they referenced to this.
They do, and it's like, Snyder has moved on. He got to do his version of Justice League, and that's amazing that even happened. Like, I'm glad that he got to release that, because that makes me happy for him, because of all the problems and stuff that the studio gave him, and then him, leaving because of his daughter.
And then Joss Whedon coming into fucking everything up, and it killed his career, which is too bad, because, again, I love Joss Whedon as a writer, but my God, is he a terrible person.
Zack Snyder moved on. He went to Netflix to do his own thing, where he would basically have creative freedom to do whatever the fuck he really wants. And you know what? If he's happy,
that didn't work out.
I know, but if he's happy with that, shouldn't the Snyder fans, if you are a true Snyder fan, shouldn't you follow him onto that other streaming service and support his other stuff? Instead of living in the past.
It seems also these so-called Snyder fans haven't even watched movies like Dawn of the Dead or Watchmen, which are objectively better than anything he's done in the DCEU.
I think Watchmen's a fucking masterpiece.
I think it is a masterpiece of a movie. And I've only seen the theatrical version, but,
I only saw the director's cut.
And you know what? This is me saying this too as someone that has read Watchmen. I don't think Zack Snyder understands Watchmen, but fuck it, he still made a fucking awesome movie.
Yeah, but I feel to me.
But yeah,
no, you go ahead.
Oh no, I was just
okay, but when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, there is going to be no follow-up to the DCU as it stands. It's just not going to happen. Oh, hold on, can you give me a second?
I was thinking, if anything that they could do, because they do this all the time with the Batman '89 comic thing that adapted the third, Tim Burton's version of Batman Forever. I think it would be cool if they adapted maybe initially what he was wanting to do into comic form.
Yeah,
I'm not against that.
Films.
Maybe, but then when it comes down to it, I feel like DC has been in a hard place. Even the Snyder movies are not part the other DCEU movies that Snyder had nothing to do with. They're all messy for the most part. Look at Suicide Squad, got fucked with by the studio. Shazam did okay, but the sequel did not.
Yeah.
And then, Birds of Prey was a disaster of a production, had garbage advertising, flopped, and a lot of people say it's not very good. And then Wonder Woman 1984, literal train wreck. Literal train wreck. Yes, they haven't had a financially successful movie since the Batman, and that's not even part of the universe. It's its own continuity, unless, of course, James Gunn turns around and cancels Brave for the Bold and says, you know what, Robert Pattinson will be our Batman now.
It annoys me, because it frustrates me, because okay, like, you can have the Snyder universe and everything, blah, 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 but then it's just the way it was handled, not by Snyder, but by Warner Brothers. Because what they tried to do, they had already, everything was like set almost like what this universe was going to be. And then they transformed that universe into something that was almost unrecognizable, with a much lighter tone that doesn't fit with those earlier films. And then they tried to reboot it, but still all the stuff happened in it.
Yeah,
and with Black Adam and
The Flash. That was supposed to be the soft reboot. If the DCEU had to continue, it would have been the soft reboot where George Clooney would come back as Batman. Thank God that never happened.
So it's kind of like, I completely understand, like, probably the frustration that James Gunn had when he was hired on with Peter Safran for DC Studios, because there's all these other films coming out, even being filmed as he is put in charge.
Yes.
And he has to pick and choose and be like, okay, is this like part of the end of this? Because initially, he thought that Blue Beetle could work within his universe, and kind of I
know they hired the guy to come back for something else, but I don't think it's going to be in the same continuity.
Which is sad, because movie bombed and everything, but I did like that movie, and from the tone I can see with, Superman, I can see that Blue Beetle movie existing in
I think from what I understand, it's going to be an animated series, from what I understand for now with him, but I do also believe that what I like about DC Studios so far, he has said this, that he is willing to, you know how I always say with the MCU, Feige has final say? Mm-hmm. It feels like James Gunn and Peter Safran said, here, you make the movie you want to make.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me. Because you know how, like with Supergirl, they hired Craig Gillespie to direct it, and I think he's one of the best filmmakers working today, because he did Dumb Money, he did Cruella, he did I, Tonya. I mean, I've only seen Dumb Money, but apparently Cruella is good and I, Tonya is very good.
I love I, Tonya. That's the only one I've seen.
Best Disney remake.
But, he's a talented filmmaker. He's done a lot of great shit, and he trusts his vision. Like he's picking these directors who are very somewhat popular names, like him. And then with the Clayface movie he directed, he got the guy who did Speak No Evil, the American version of Speak No Evil, and Mike Flanagan is writing it. He's getting all these big, heavy-hitting film, and then James Mangold speaks for itself for Swamp Thing. It speaks for itself. Now, I don't know if he's going to do Dawn of the Jedi first. Something tells me he might, but
I also really, really like. I guess you can criticize it in a way, but I also really like it how James Gunn has conceived this, because he has fully said, and I feel like I completely trust him in this, that he's like, we're not going to move forward with a project unless we completely believe in the script. He has canceled things.
That to me is one of the best qualities about him. Feige would just. This is. I know I'm criticizing Feige now, despite the fact he's done so much in the MCU, but he just greenlights projects that I didn't even fucking ask for.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Like there's just there's
Especially
some
recently.
things not
Don't
working.
get me started on half the damn television shows in the past year.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're all pointless to me. Anyway.
But yeah, so like you have all of these like projects and stuff, and even the ones that he said that he announced in that initial video of what chapter one would be. He said some of those, like it was like an initial announcement of like what he was cooking up and thinking, but that's not necessarily what it is, which does, you know, it shows that it's still like everything is a work in progress.
And not only that, James Gunn said after this movie comes out, and then I think it's San Diego Comic-Con, because Marvel's skipping. Gee, I wonder why. But he's gonna be there, and he's gonna have at least an outline of what he wants to do, and he's gonna announce that outline to people at San Diego Comic-Con. So in about a week or two, I don't know when it's coming. I don't know when Comic-Con is, but we will know more. He's just waiting for the movie to come out first, which I think is a smart move. Wait till the movie comes out first, wait till it's successful, and then move forward. Because this is pretty much 2 years of his life that he's spent working on this one movie alone. And, you know, I'm happy that it's probably going to go out good for him. I don't know how the audience is going to take it. I would think that will make lots of money. But at the same time, I feel like, too, like, people are like, this movie needs to make $700 million or whatever to make money. I feel like there needs to be good faith in the process first before any money could be made.
Did you see his comment about
what comment? He said several.
Yeah, well, he made a statement and everything that talking about, like, you know, people saying that like Superman needs to make, you know, this amount of money and everything to be successful, and to him he's just like, no, it doesn't. Like, I kind of like that he has this sort of like blind faith, like even if it's not like, if it doesn't make the money that they initially thought and everything.
My fear is that even
the goodwill of the movie. Maybe.
Yes, I do believe that, but at the same time, even if the movie makes money, like decent amount of money, is David Zaslav going to be satisfied? Because that's the one fucking problem that I always have about Warner. Zaslav can pull the plug at any time, even if it makes $500 million. If it makes $500 million, or not $1 billion, $2 billion, he could pull the plug if he wanted to. And that's what worries me, because David Zaslav is a fucking little... I hate that guy. I really do. I fucking hate that guy.
I was telling my boss today about David Zaslav, because we were talking about the new Harry Potter series.
Oh, don't get me started. That's all a big, fat fucking cash grab.
Well, I told her that it was funny because when he you know, becomes, you know, head of, you know, Warner Brothers and everything, he's just like, why aren't you guys making more Harry Potter sequels? And it's like, oh, dumb fuck, it's because there's no fucking books.
There's no more books. There's no more books.
There's a cursed child to play, but
honestly, when I heard of this shit, number 2, J.K. Rowling has become an incredibly piece of shit person, especially after the past 6 months. So I'm surprised this show is even allowed to be greenlit. I don't even know how well it's gonna do. Especially considering it's an HBO original, not a Max original, HBO original.
I hope it's good because I love Harry Potter, and most of the casting I've like quite enjoyed like so far and everything. But obviously, I need to see the evidence. I need to see.
And there's a lot of nepotism. Oh, right. They turn. We can't even call it Max anymore, guys. We have to revert to HBO Max tomorrow. Great, wonderful, great.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow is when they rename Max back to HBO Max. The fucking piece
yay!
Of shit.
My favorite streaming service is coming back.
Like I give a shit.
Like I give a shit at this point. But especially considering you take out. Just call it Max and Ruby. Max and Ruby. So damn buddy. I can only think of Angry Grandpa. Oh, he's definitely fucking his sister. yeah.
Or Max Steel. Max Steel dildo.
Oh God.
Max
But,
Steel.
but yeah, it's to me. I'm happy, but this is getting good reviews. Like, and to me, people saying, "Oh, we should have been in the '90s." I feel like '80s is a good enough rating. We don't need to go in the '90s. This is just the beginning of the universe. It's setting everything up. We don't need to be high '90s all the damn time. We just need to be consistent. That's important. Being consistent is more important than trying to go for the high '90s.
Look at the early like MCU and stuff. Like Thor and Captain America come out. They're competent films that people like or love, and they're in the '70s.
That's right.
Yep.
And then Avengers, I think, is early '90s. I think late '80s, something like that. But like, and then it goes up and up from there. It's just like it's a process.
Also, look at people love the third Guardians film, and it has like
the lowest 81. The last
81.
It's
my favorite Guardians movie.
So yeah, I feel like consistency is important. Now, I really like about DC, the DC studios or DCU, whatever the hell you want to call it. I think they're really taking their time with the projects that they have. They're not pumping out 20 fucking things in a calendar year. There's only going to be technically the universe started last year with Creature Commandos,
which I still need to watch.
Which I haven't watched either.
Yeah.
But in earnest, it starts here, and there's only 2 projects: Superman, and then the second season of Peacemaker, which retroactively. What does that make season 1? Is it part of the DCU? What does it make the Suicide Squad fit in? It's confusing how it's going to be fit in here because it's spin off of the Suicide Squad, which is part of the DCEU. I don't know what's going on.
It sort of happened. It sort of.
Maybe a version of event. The same events happen, but a different version of it.
Yes. There that scene with the Justice League coming didn't happen.
Yeah, that never happened. Or if it, I mean, technically speaking,
or it could address.
I don't know. You know, in the Peacemaker season 2 trailer, Peacemaker comes across a different version of himself. Maybe.
Oh, that's an idea. But yeah, I feel like, and yeah, they've been canceling projects, canceling certain projects. I don't know if the Amanda Waller show is even going to move forward. I don't know if that's going to move forward.
I think that's the one that most people are like that might actually be the one that's like really dead.
Yeah, but I think I'm looking forward to Lanterns the most because of the creative team, because Damon Lindelof is finally going to adapt Green Lantern because of the Pilot of Lost. What do you see, Walt Reed? What do you see, Walt Reed? A Green Lantern comic in Spanish.
Fucking having Kyle Chandler.
Oh, amazing casting.
As what's his face is just Hal Jordan. That is one of my favorite castings just ever.
And
I love Kyle
is
Chandler.
Gonna be in. I fucking love Kelly MacDonald. Pretty much everything I've seen her in, even in Brave, which I consider to be a shit movie, she's great in. So it's just like that's another thing that I love about DCEU. The casting people, whoever they fucking got to cast this fucking thing. I mean, I know for Superman, it's John Papsidera, who's like the second best casting director in Hollywood. He did all the Nolan movies, most of the Final Destination movies, at least the first 3. He did Drop Dead Gorgeous. He did The Crow's Salvation. I know he did. He did a couple of others. He's like the second best, other than Sarah Holly Finn, who's probably responsible for most of the casting of the MCU and still is responsible for that. So, the casting's been incredible. And the two standouts from what I hear about Superman is that apparently David Courtesworth and Rachel Brosnahan are terrific, apparently, in this movie. Like, they're incredible. They're phenomenal. Even the mixed reviews saying they are absolutely incredible. This is the best Lois and Clark we've ever had. Better than fucking Superman and Lois, the TV show, which I think that was a really great one. I've only seen the first season of that, though. But I have faith.
Yeah,
that's all I can say. I know I'm going on about this way too much.
I can't wait for Thursday because that's when I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. So That's all I'm going to say about it for now, unless something else comes to me later. So, Jared, I'm going to let you go first since I let Soren go first last time.
All right. So I had some trouble like figuring out what in the world I was gonna do for my topic this time. I will say that like quick update like with the channel and everything. I'm working on my Superman reviews and everything. I'm not gonna get all of them out obviously before the new movie comes out.
It comes out in 2 days.
But my plan is to review Superman 2025 on Saturday. So that gives me time to at least like cuz in fact I was originally, but my phone was dying. I was originally going to film my Superman 2 review before I got on here, but phone was dying. I didn't have
phone was
time.
dead. But yeah.
So, yeah, I'll do that, and then I'm just doing Superman Returns. I'm not doing 3 or 4.
That's stuff anyway.
Yeah, and I'm not doing Man of Steel at the moment. Which I did Man of Steel a few years ago, but I'd like to redo that at some point, maybe.
Yeah, because you said you like Superman Returns over Man of Steel.
Yeah, because I'm a weirdo.
Review.
But
it's funny because a lot of people have been reappraising that movie. Not like reappraising, but like they understand what Bryan Singer was trying to do, even with the mommy issues or daddy issues, whatever the hell that issues that movie.
Well, I was because I finished watching the Donner cut last night of Superman 2, and then I decided to I was thinking about putting on at least the first half of Superman Returns last night, but I didn't end up doing that. But I at least like rewatched like my favorite scene from the movie, so and gave me goosebumps, everything.
Did you see with the airplane? Because that's the only scene I remember.
It's not it's weird that this is my favorite scene or anything, but I think that is one thing with Superman Returns that it has really fucking good like iconic imagery throughout. It's the scene where Superman is up in space orbiting Earth and he's listening to everything around the Earth that's like going on and everything, and you hear Jor-El's voice like talking.
I don't really remember. I haven't seen that movie since it came out. I don't think so.
It's a really good scene that only lasts like a couple of seconds and everything, but it's like one thing that I really remember.
Oh yeah, another thing I remember. Wrong. That's the other thing I remember about Superman Returns. Kevin Spacey was fucking amazing. That's what I remember.
I can't. Everyone's reaction to every single Trolls Band Together review.
I can't wait to do that. So what will probably happen is because I can't do it tonight, but I will review. I'll post the review for Superman 2, which is I'm talking about both cuts of Superman 2. I'll post that on Thursday around noon, and then Friday I will post, instead of the new Superman, I will do Superman Returns and then Superman, so that I can do that stuff in order.
I get that.
Unless I change my mind. But so in the meantime, since I really couldn't come up with anything, I decided let's look at a mumbo jumbo list.
Oh no! I thought I got rid of these fuckers because I found out they were using AI. Great, here we go.
I can see them using AI in this because it's probably easy to do.
Yeah, because everything sounds like fucking ChatGPT now. I'm fucking watching Mojo or Gemini, whatever the hell.
It looks like, unless they've changed, this might actually be.
Oh my god, the thunder's real bad in my area. I hope my internet does not crash on me.
the thunder was really bad like yesterday
Yeah.
at my place. This might be a Miss Mojo list or something.
Miss
Because like,
Mojo.
see,
Oh God, Miss Mojo's even worse.
yeah,
It's all
this
like
well,
Tree Hill list, like the
this
top
is
10
stuff
things
that
from
we've
One Tree
seen.
Hill.
We've talked a little bit about this stuff before, but it's always fun to me that this ends up happening. These are the 10 times identical movies were released at the same time.
Oh dear God.
Because,
Oh, boy.
you know what? The fact that that keeps happening and has happened is just so fun to me. Sometimes
It's weird.
by accident. Sometimes I feel like it's on fucking purpose.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah, Ants and Bugs Life. Yep.
Yeah, Ants and Bugs Life. Well,
You
Bugs Life
can't
is...
tell me that.
Also,
you
if anybody says that Ants is better than A Bug's Life, don't talk to me.
Yeah, tell that to Jill Apocalypse.
God damn! Why do people think that the Woody Allen movie is better than A Bug's Life? Give me a break.
My best friend, like, he watched Ants for the first time and everything. He was like, I think he gave it like a 5 out of 10. He just was like,
And
to be
people
fair,
and the reviews initially were more positive towards Ants than they were of Bug's Life. Yeah, they were both positive, but people like Siskel and Ebert preferred Ants over Bug's Life.
well, like,
to be fair, it's like comparing apples to oranges because they're two different movies.
I'm just seeing the image here and everything, and just the ants are fucking scary. And
They're horrifying.
To think that was DreamWorks first.
Yeah, it was their first. Prince of Egypt was their second.
That's
Came out the
all
same
right.
year too.
So anyway, starting at number 10, we have oh yeah, I remember when these movies came out. At number 10, Mirror, Mirror, and Snow White and the Huntsman.
Mirror, Mirror. Oh God, I've seen that.
No,
it is
and
bad.
I have never seen it. I just remember the fucking. I remember because I was on a spring trip with my choir that I was in, and we went to LA, and there were fucking billboard posters everywhere for Mirror, Mirror.
Oh my God, dude, this movie is so bad. It even ends. Have you seen Mirror, Mirror, Soren or not?
Yeah.
It ends. I shit you not. This movie ends with a fucking Bollywood musical number. I shit you not. That actually happens. Tarzan Singh directed this fucking thing, and I argue he's not a very good director. People say The Cell is good. Oh, I can only think of Nostalgia Critic. Ask me what it means. Ask me what it means.
So let's give Mirror Mirror a point over Disney Snow White remake. At least they actually had the balls to use dwarf actors.
I get it, but that movie, no, Mirror Mirror is utter donkey shit. It's about that's not even like a, because Donkey from Shrek is actually a good character. I don't even need to compare it to a fucking donkey shit.
Have any of you guys seen Snow White and the Huntsman? Because I know
only seen
people
bits and
do
pieces.
like that.
I've only seen bits and pieces. I heard the sequel was real bad.
I have heard.
It's the story
I've heard that.
Kristen Stewart proving herself as an actor.
So this next one, I have no fucking idea what this is. This is number 9. It's Fire Fraud and Fire.
Firehog and
Fire Fraud.
Fire.
Like committing fraud.
I don't even fucking know.
I will.
Next.
I'll read. Let's see. This one, but it's like 2017 Fire Festival, which was a failure in every possible way.
The actual festival. Wait, no. Yes, because there are.
So these are documentaries.
There are documentaries about Firefest. Firefest was a disaster. You need to look up the stories behind
this.
This
is Netflix and Hulu did two different documentaries.
That's what it is. But the actual Firefest event, dude, these people were fucking con artists. Like Billy something, the founder, he was scamming people. We were saying all these concerts, resorts, but no, it was like literally like just they were stuck in the fucking beaches or desert or whatever, and they had virtually no food, no fucking water, and just like virtually no water. Or if there was water, was
Ed and Eddie would come up with.
That's
It was a scheme. It was all a scam. And
Holy-
recently, they were trying to bring back Fire. They were trying to do Firefest 2 a couple of months ago. I shit you not. And then the Mexican government came in and said, "No, you're not. We don't have any papers proving that they're doing Firefest 2 at our area. It's all a scam."
Firefest 2, can't wait to
I
see
might have
it.
to look up these
It's
two
a fascinating
documentaries.
story. It's a Billy McFarlane. I think that's his name. The founder, Billy McFarlane. He
Well,
is
we
just
pretty
a
much
con
went through
artist.
everything yesterday.
Shoo, oh my gosh.
That's
So-
so yeah, that's a story about Firefest. Damn.
So number 8, I didn't know this. Okay, Doctor Strangelove and Failsafe.
Oh, I've heard of both.
I fail safe.
I have never heard of Failsafe.
Yeah, because I know what Failsafe is because they made a TV movie in 2000. I think it's the same producers who did ER, and George Clooney also produced it, and they did like a TV version on CBS that was live. They actually did the fucking thing as a live telecast.
Oh,
like it was
Sidney
made-
Lumet. Okay.
Yeah. It was based on some play, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Well, I've only ever seen Doctor Strangelove, which I really enjoy. But yeah,
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
all right. So number 7, I remember when these movies came out. It's Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached.
I've heard about those movies. I just haven't seen them.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel as if what is one supposedly raunchier than the other from what I've heard or something. But yeah, I don't really know much about these movies aside for like the people that are in them. But yeah. Number 6 is a much more interesting one though. Which we all know this one. White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen.
I've heard about those movies. I hear Olympus Has Fallen. is
Okay,
the
what did I
better
miss?
one.
Friends with Benefits and No Strings
And
Attached.
yeah, here's the thing. I own Friends with Benefits. Apparently, it's the better movie of the two. And
I
that's
was wondering. Okay,
Apparently,
I was
from what
wondering which
understand, I haven't
one.
watched it. I own it, but I haven't watched it. But it's sad because the other one, what the hell's it called? No Strings Attached was directed by Ivan Reitman, and I love Ivan Reitman so much. Rest in peace. I love Kindergarten Cop in particular. And then the guy who did Friends with Benefits did Peter Rabbit and Anyone But You.
Peter Rabbit, I thought was decent.
What about Anyone But You? You thought was shit?
I haven't seen it. I've
Good.
never.
Good. Granted, if you hate it, you'll get criticized by Chan for obvious reasons.
Oh, and the other one that I
Good thing
did.
I don't give a fuck.
The other
Good
one
thing
that
I don't
I
have
did,
that
Victor,
bathwater.
was White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh, White House Down. Apparently, Olympus Has Fallen is really good. I've seen bits and pieces of White House Down, and I just did not care.
Because this was back when I was watching every single thing that came out in a given year, which that was a horrible idea.
No, I can't do that myself.
I have only seen Angel Has Fallen.
Oh, damn.
Of this, illustrious trilogy.
I mean, if White House Down, to me, what failed that movie, Roland Emmerich. It's very simple. Roland Emmerich, I feel like, I said that, I saw a lot of people review Independence Day on Independence Day, obviously, and people are saying this is Roland Emmerich's only good movie. And I haven't seen It After Tomorrow or Stargate to confirm that, but it's my favorite of his. And even movies like 2012, which I call it a guilty pleasure. I know it's not a good movie. I know 2012 is not a good movie, but I just laugh at it.
I have fun watching 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5. Okay, I have not heard of this one. So they have 3 movies here. The Matrix. Is it? Do you pronounce this as Existence? The David Cronenberg Existence, and the 13th Floor.
Oh, I've heard of 13th Floor. Roland
I've-
Emmerich produced that movie.
I've never heard of the
He produced
13th
it.
Floor.
It has Vincent D'Onofrio and Gretchen Mol. That's the only 2 people I recognize in that cast.
I
It got a
Yes.
wide release, but it flopped.
I guess they have similarities in terms of
I
the
heard the
internet
13th
and the
floor is not-
virtual
I heard
reality.
the 13th floor is not bad, but it's not great either. And then the other,
Okay.
what was the other one? Existence. I heard. But again,
Yeah.
I'm mixed about David Cronenberg, as you may know. So it could be good, it could be bad. I don't know. Although Jennifer Jason Leigh is in it, so that's a plus.
I just know it has a scary gun in it.
Oh, jeez.
Number 4, The Truman Show and Ed TV.
I've heard Ed TV.
Actually, I Ed TV. I heard it's actually not as bad as people made it out to be. It's just the reason why it got criticized was because it came so soon after the Truman Show. But I heard by itself, it's actually not a bad movie.
Yeah, they weren't released in the same year.
No, they came out the year
yeah.
apart from each other. Truman Show 98, Ed TV came out in 1999.
I fucking love The Truman Show. That's one of my.
It is a great movie. It's
favorite.
It's probably gonna be a better movie than Ed TV. But Ed TV's trying to be more of a straight comedy.
I do want to see it though. I've always been interested in
Yeah,
it.
me too. That's why I wanted to watch it.
Number 3, Dante's Peak and Volcano.
I haven't seen Dante's
I
Peak,
have
but
both of them. Haven't seen them.
Volcano is a guilty pleasure. I don't care. That movie is fucking awesomely bad or hilarious. And I love Tommy Lee Jones in it. Don Cheadle is in it. Anne Heche is in it. Decent cast.
My boss, she apparently she's talked about Dante's Peak and Volcano, but she really likes Dante's Peak apparently.
And the movie has at least with Volcano, it's not taking itself too seriously. It's to the point. Yes, he was. Yes, he was involved. Kevin Feige was involved in Volcano's production because Lauren Schuler Donner produced Volcano, one of the producers on Volcano, and he was her assistant. And then Lauren Schuler Donner produced X-Men, who he was assistant on, and that's how he got into the Marvel thing through her, really. But yeah, also another thing to bring up is that the movie ends with "I Love L.A." by Randy Newman. It's a fun movie. I don't care. It's a fun movie.
Number 2, we have, well, it's obvious, Ants in a Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Both good movies. Both good movies.
Nah, one's better than the other, that's for sure.
And I hate saying it that Bug's Life is lower for me at least, lower tier
I haven't seen
Pixar.
Bug's Life in fucking years,
But it's not one of my favorites, but
it's pretty much Three Amigos, but with animated bugs.
From what I understand, it's more like Seven Samurai because they said directly they were inspired by Seven Samurai.
See, and then they've got the honorable mentions here. This one,
or is it No, not Rashomon. They were not inspired by Rashomon because Rashomon would change the perspectives.
Yes.
No, that's hoodwinked.
Oh God.
So these are the honorable mentions: The Illusionist and The Prestige.
Yeah, this one would
Prestige
guess one which would
better.
make more money.
I fucking love The Prestige. Tombstone and Wyatt Earp.
I heard
thought that was gonna be number
Tombstone's
one.
excellent. I have not seen Wyatt Earp, but I like Lawrence Kasdan as a director. But what bothers
Wyatt
me
Earp
about
was
Wyatt Earp, the reason why I'm iffy to watch it, Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Completely understand. Capote and Infamous. These came in the same year of each,
Capote,
or
not
within a year of each other. Both about Trim and Capote.
What?
Happy Feet and Surfs Up.
Oh, that's not even a similar movie. Yeah, they have penguins, but it's completely
it's
different.
all
We'll
just
get to
because
Happy
they have
Feet
fucking
in my
penguins.
topic.
I think Surf's Up and Happy Feet are two completely different movies. It just happens
Yeah.
to star penguins.
Well, and this go ahead.
Also, another thing to mention is that Surf's Up has different kinds of animals, not just penguins. I think Happy Feet is only penguins, if memory serves me correctly. And a little bit of live-action humans, but that's about it.
And then the last honorable mention is Elvis and Priscilla.
Well,
Both
yeah,
good
but
movies.
Yeah, but I heard they're very different from each other, mainly because of the perspective.
Like
a lot of people say, whenever Priscilla came out, people were criticizing Baz Luhrmann's Elvis because it's all sensationalized and shit. I'm just like, do you know what Baz Luhrmann, like, they don't understand Baz Luhrmann. I don't like most of Baz Luhrmann's movies, but I understood exactly what he was going for. It's about the iconography of Elvis. It's about, and then Sofia Coppola, she is very, you know, since obviously I had to watch a lot of movies for The Binge last year of hers, a lot of her filmography, a lot of her movies are very intimate, sometimes slow, character driven for the most part. Although, to be fair, I think Priscilla, if I do watch it, maybe that might be, because I've always said The Virgin Suicides is her best work. Maybe Priscilla might be better. I don't know. I just have to watch the movie.
Yeah, I do want to watch it, and Morgan and I really planned on watching it, and I don't know why we just didn't. But number one, can you take any guesses what it probably is?
Let's see.
Civil War and BVS.
I'm surprised that's not on there because I would technically count those.
I would count it because they're pretty much the same concept.
Yeah. It's two movies that we have reviewed.
Oh, great. Oh! You know it! We need a full saga of this! Deep Impact and Armageddon!
Yeah.
Armageddon.
Just the ultimate...
The ultimate disaster, comet, asteroid, summer. Both of those movies are good, but I do prefer Armageddon. I do. I don't care.
Armageddon up the ass.
I prefer Armageddon too.
I prefer. Thank you very much. And I love Deep Impact. Don't get me wrong. I feel like they're two completely different movies in terms of how they are structured. Because Deep Impact is more about the human element. It's a drama. It is a very good drama. I prefer.
Well, I guess it's automatically better than Armageddon, even though I haven't seen Deep Impact. So
no, Armageddon is testosterone heavy action that doesn't take itself too seriously until the very end. Even with the animal crackers, which I fucking hate, I love the rest of it.
It's mayhem up the ass.
And I prefer that over fucking half the Transformers movies. I prefer Armageddon.
Transformers had a variety.
No, this is where we disagree. I can't believe I'm fighting with Soren. Most of the Transformers movies stink. The only good one is the first one, and that's it.
I was frozen today.
I'm just here for the laughs.
And I also expressed that one, J.J. Abrams co-wrote the script, and Bruckheimer produced it. It's pretty much it. Yeah, it's like, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I call Deep Impact a 5-star steakhouse. It's more like, think of it this way: Deep Impact is more like Five Guys. Armageddon is fucking McDonald's. That's pretty much what it is.
No,
yeah.
Deep Impact is Deep Impact is Popeyes, and Armageddon is Taco Bell.
I like both.
No, Taco Bell's fucking disgusting. I'm speaking from experience. But yeah, I love both. I don't care. They both did well, but Armageddon made more. It's the more remembered movie. And it's too bad because Deep Impact does deserve a lot of attention. But there's a couple of flaws in Deep Impact that I don't get. Like, why the fuck did Elijah Wood and Lily Sobieski get married at like 15? It's weird. It's just like
I still really wanted to get that 4K.
I would like to get that myself, but I want my Armageddon 4K. And Ben Affleck wants it on Criterion, damn it.
Yeah, Criterion, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Armageddon.
Hey, if they can
one of the most important films ever.
On Blu-ray, then then I guess.
Also, they released Armageddon on DVD, so there's no stopping them. So yeah, okay. I guess I'll go now because my topic will be a review of the new film from the Filippo brothers. Is that what the hell you pronounce their names? Filippo brothers?
I guess so, because I remember the last time when you reviewed
Did I review Talk to Me?
Their first one.
Did I review Talk to Me on the show? I don't remember if I did.
Bring her back.
This is Bring Her Back. But I don't remember if I reviewed Talk to Me on this show.
Or you at least mention them because I remember calling them the Filippo brothers.
Bring Her Back is a very interesting movie because this movie, I'm gonna be honest. This is with you for a second here, and actually, I'm going to post my review of it right now on Letterboxd in 3, 2, 1 now. But this movie, let me tell you, if you've seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. This is one of the most harrowing, loathsome, rancid, despicable, disgusting movies I've ever seen, and it's a great movie.
It was shocking, offensive, and I loved every minute of it.
I don't want to say I loved every minute of it, but if you've seen this movie, it is a tough movie to sit through. It is rough. Chayton was not lying, where you have to be mentally prepared to watch this movie. I tried to be mentally prepared, and nothing could prepare me for half the damn shit that happens in this movie. Because this movie tackles, well, it's about two kids, a brother and a sister. The brother, is overprotective of the sister because she is pretty much blind, partially sighted. But their father dies in the shower, completely just dead. He just drops dead. And what happens is that I might be giving away plot details because the movie's been out for 2 months, but the problem is with that, with this is that they obviously, after this problem, they get into foster care and they are assigned to Sally Hawkins in this movie. And even from her very first scene, there's something off about her. There's something fucking weird about her. And what happens is that there's this plan that she wants to do. And it's just, this movie deals with child abuse. So because of the material, that not only how graphic the movie ultimately is, but also the thematic material of it, this movie is one of the toughest watches I have had in my 25 years of watching movies. And it's not like a Lars von Trier way where I just feel angry. Yes, I felt angry, but I felt angry for the right reasons. This movie does not use shock value for shock value's sake. There is a purpose because it's about child abuse that also happens to go into demon possession and demons in general and really fucked up things that happen in it. For example, she has another kid, Laura, the Sally Hawkins character. She has another kid that is apparently her son, right? That that the two kids don't know about. And he's weird. He's acting all weird. He's mute. He's like looking all weird and all this stuff. And at one point, the older brother is trying to communicate with this mute kid. So he's like, you know what? He's hungry. And at one point, I think it's very early when this happens. Yeah, this is very early. He eats a fly. And yes, you do see it on screen. You
God.
see him eating, but that's not the worst of it. That's PG compared to what I'm gonna fucking mention next. So this scene is the older kid telling him, write something down, communicate with me, and I'll give you a cantaloupe because he's hungry. So he starts writing, and he cuts up the cantaloupe, and he gives it to him. And he's like, careful, because he gives it with a knife. He assumes that he's gonna put with the hands and eat the cantaloupe, but no, he has the cantaloupe with the knife. He goes up and eats the cantaloupe, and he's like, he goes away and like, oh, there you go. And then what happens is he's fucking the fucking knife is all the way to the back of his fucking throat. He's eating it. It's all the blood and it's seed everywhere, and it fucking dirt bleeding like this, and it's just. And it's all on screen. There is not one moment that's not off screen. So if you are sensitive to graphic violence, do not I would not recommend it if you were squeamish. I would not recommend this movie. And if you did suffer from child abuse, because trauma is going to come back to haunt you in the ass. Dude, I'm telling you, this movie is not going to be for everybody. It really isn't. I understand why this movie underperformed. I understand why A24 did not give this a wide release, because they knew that this movie was going to be so violent, it's going to be pissing people off. Let's put as very little as possible and make money off of streaming. I think that was their motif there. People are like, oh, we don't support original movies. How about the studio? Even A24, who makes a lot of pretentious movies back in the day, and they sometimes gave them wide releases, they were scared to put this out in wide. This movie, like, they put out Midsummer wide, which is graphic and deplorable in its own right, and it's a horribly written movie. That's another thing. That's a horribly written movie. This is a beautifully written movie because it you know how whenever I talk on this show, I say truths in a very harsh way? This movie speaks truths in a very harsh way. And it's just, oh, it did? It's higher than I'm surprised. I thought it's like a D or a C or whatever. This scene with the cantaloupe is one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. And it doesn't let up. I think it gets worse and worse and worse as the movie progresses. It's the point where, by the halfway point of this movie, and there's also a lot of psychological. Okay, I gotta go back to the fucking plot now because I'm over the place because this movie is so harrowing. So, the main goal of the movie, is that Sally Hawkins' character, she wants. Why is the movie called Bring Her Back? Why? You find out very early that she had a dead daughter who drowned in a pool. And why is it called Bring Her Back? Oh! So she's going to use this. She's going to use this demon, and use this demon and kill one of the kids and put particularly the daughter, not the daughter, but the sister, and put the spirit of her dead daughter inside the sister because with how the demons. Listen, when you see footage of this, and to be honest, at some of the movie feels like I'm watching a fucking snuff film. I swear to God, it feels like I'm watching a snuff film. It's that fucked up. It's one of the most fucked up movies I've seen in a long time. And I saw The Doom Generation last night, which is a Greg Araki movie where, may I remind you, if you haven't seen The Doom Generation, there's this scene, there's a couple of scenes in here, that movie that's fucking graphic as hell. For example, there's this one scene where one of the main characters is masturbating to the other two main characters having sex in the bathtub. He's jerking off, on the door, and he's like looking at them while they're having sex. And then when he comes, he ejaculates, he eats his own cum. He eats his own cum, and you see it on screen.
Oh my God.
And I gave it a 4 out of 5. Normally, I would give that shit a 0. How the hell did I give it a 4? I have no idea. And then there's another scene in the movie, because if you think about Greg Araki's movies, they often deal with queer people and gay people and bisexual people. Now, I'm not saying I can't speak for queer people, but I feel like, especially the last 5 minutes of that movie, which is even more disturbing, where the supposed bisexual gets his penis ripped off with scissors by neo-Nazis. Although I think he showed more restraint.
Why isn't that done to P. Diddy?
That's the best thing you ever said, Soren.
But I feel like that scene. First of all, you don't see the penis getting cut off. It's heavily implied. That's why I think he showed a lot more restraint. That movie was fucking PG compared to this. But the reason why he shows it because, especially in 1995 when the movie came out, there was a lot of violence against gay people, queer people, and all that stuff. And I feel like as a queer person himself, he was very angry about these issues, and he's trying to do it in a very visceral way. And it is shocking. That movie is also shocking. But again, it's showing a purpose and dealing with these themes that maybe we should. I don't even know if we should even suggest this movie for a review. I mean, the Doom Generation, that is. I mean, it is shocking. Don't get me wrong. And maybe, if we do review it, at least we'll have something to talk about, even if you don't like it. Because even if you don't like the movie, you will never forget it. That's another similar thing with this movie, although this is better in quality, I think. But getting back to that, my point is that the Doom Generation is fucking PG compared to this movie. And I told you, the guy eating his own cum and
oh my
the
God.
dick getting cut off. This movie's more graphic than that. It's fucking. And let's not forget, speaking of Big Bill Hills, Sally Hawkins, at one point to trick the older brother, she was psychologically torturing him to make him seem more abusive, like he's an abusive guy, even though he's not abusive. He takes care of his sister, and he only cares really about her, right? So what she does at one point is that she takes a piss, she puts it in a cup, and she pours it all over his pants to make him see that he fucking ejaculated in his pants. This character, Sally Hawkins, in this movie is one of the most deranged, despicable people I've ever seen in a motion picture. It's the point where I was watching this, and every time she psychologically tortured these kids, I was just like, I had violent urges when I watched this movie. If I were these people, I would fucking kill her. Because you show all these deplorable things, and you would probably do the same thing if you saw the movie. Because, my God, it's one of the most despicable characters in any movie, and that's the point. That's the point. It's like this movie makes 12 Years a Slave look like rated G. I swear to God. I think this is the horror equivalent of Schindler's List in terms of how fucked up and disturbing it is. And yes, it is a hard comparison because you could argue not Stranger Things. Why the fuck did I say that? Schindler's List is a horror film in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is a work of fiction compared to what happened in real life in Schindler's List. I'm saying that why I'm comparing the two is because it's equally disturbing. That's the real comparison that these two have. It is one of the most fucked up. I cannot believe I gave this a 4.5 out of 5. Normally, I'd give this shit a fucking 0 or -1 under normal circumstances. But again, this movie does the violence and the themes and the dramatic themes. It all has a purpose. It is not like Lars von Trier where there's a fucking ego hack filmmaker jacking off to graphic shit behind the camera because doing it for the sake of it. This movie has a purpose. There's no ego with the Filippo brothers. There is no ego between them. They're trying to send a serious message. And, having a movie that discusses something as serious as child abuse, it's important. It's an important, people need to, talk about this. It's a serious issue. So I feel like it is a powerful film. It is a disturbing film. And even though it is graphic, I can't say they did a bad job. That's the one of the other things. I can't say that they did a bad job. I can't. I think they did a great job. However, this is one of these movies where I don't think I'm ever going to watch it ever again. And that's why I prefer Talk to Me over this, even though I gave the same rating. Talk to Me, at least, yeah, that's graphic too. But it's the fun kind of graphic. The fun, this is the person who saw this. This comes from someone who watched Evil Dead 2013. You remember how violent that movie was? I was okay throughout the entire runtime. I was okay. I know it was the fun kind of gory too. It was like the fun kind of gory. This is just like too much at times. There is this scene where the demon kid is eating a table, literally eating pieces of a table. His mouth is covered in blood as he's eating this table.
Hey, if Ed can eat a mattress, then anything's possible.
It is just one of the most deranged movies I've seen in a long time, and I can't say it's a pretentious garbage movie. With that being said, I would not recommend it to most people. I don't know if most people can stomach this. You really have to have a strong stomach. You really have to. I don't know if Hunter's seen this, but frankly, I don't know if you should.
There's a guy on Instagram that I just ended up randomly following him because I think he followed me or something, but he does stuff for Movie Web apparently. He watched this movie and I remember looking at his story and everything, and he just this movie just made me just by the end and everything, I just felt awful.
Yes, I felt like complete shit too.
Yeah.
I felt like, you know what I did afterwards? I was so messed up by this movie. I'm like, fuck it. I need to go take a shower. I need to get myself clean. Thank you. I need to get myself clean after all the suffering I saw for the past 100 minutes. And now I'm not saying it's a slow movie either. It's not a very slow movie. It's not a slow burn. It is a fast. Then again, Talk to Me was fast too. So that's something to the film. They actually left Street Fighter, the Street Fighter movie. They were going to direct it. They left it to do this movie. And I don't know if the Street Fighter movie is going to be any good, but I'm glad they made this movie and pretty much gave Street Fighter to somebody else because it is topical, it is important, it is disturbing. I'm telling you, if you watch it, Hunter, you're going to have to mentally prepare yourself. If you do, you need to mentally prepare because what you're going to see, again, Fede Alvarez showed a fucking restraint compared to these guys at several points. Even the Hills Have Eyes remake was PG compared to this, and the Hills Have Eyes remake is pretty fucking graphic. Because Alexander Aja, almost everything he does is graphic. I don't know about High Tension, but again, I don't want to watch High Tension because I know the ending, and the ending fucking blows rocks. But it's just 4.5. This is one of the best films of the year, and at the same time, I wouldn't recommend it really to anybody. It's like my number 2 best film of the. Is it my number 2? I think it might be. I have to add it to my fucking list now. But oh my god, it's a hard movie to get through. If you do watch it, again, prepare yourself. This is not for the faint of heart. If you can handle the gore, even if you think you can handle the gore, this movie might be too much for you. I'm just saying. Keep that in mind. That's it. Wow. Soren, it's your turn.
Okay, so first of all, a bit of a correction from a previous video. So when I listed off the Best Director Oscar winners, I said Isao Takahata for Greater Than Fireflies was my pick for 1988. Turns out it didn't come in the U.S. until 89. So therefore...
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's another thing. Before I'm sorry to interrupt, it's the psychological turmoil. It just fucks you up. This movie fucks you up. Go ahead.
So Takahata would be my pick for 89, and my new 88 pick would be John McTiernan for Die Hard.
What about Barry Levinson?
He actually won. I don't think he really deserved it for Rayman.
Boo! Barry Levinson was the best back then. He was the best, better than his son. Jesus Christ.
True, but I think anyone could have done Rayman, and it would have been the same. Anyways, now for animated feature and original score. 2010's animated. Number 10, it's Brave.
Brave. Again, Kelly MacDonald's fantastic as Merida, but everything else.
I like that movie, but it is
worst Pixar
not near.
No, I think Cars 2's worse, but
my pick, Rise of the Guardians.
2012 was a bad year for animation. I think it was a bad year.
Everyone says Wreck-It Ralph, so
yeah, I'd say Wreck-It Ralph too. That's the best one of all of them.
Number 9, Frozen.
Fuck Frozen. I don't care. It fucking sucks.
My pick, The Wind Rises.
For me, DreamWorks had the Cruise and Turbo, so no. I guess Despicable Me 2. I think that's the one I like the most.
Have you seen Blue Sky's Epic?
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
Number 8, Big Hero 6.
Haven't seen it.
Sorry. I like that movie. Like, I'm not like the biggest fan of it.
How Your Dragon 2 deserved it more.
My pick, the Lego Movie.
What Lego movie?
Number 7, Zootopia.
Yes. I mean, it should be higher. I think Zootopia is a very good movie, except for the twist villain. I hate the twist villain cliche in Disney and Pixar movies.
You know,
I hate them so much.
I love Zootopia, but it's around that point in the movie I kind of always end up checking out during the villain reveal.
I hate that shit. I hate that shit so much. I will say, I'm not a big Shakira fan, but that song she did for that movie is fantastic.
I freaking love that song.
I'm not really excited for the sequel. I think
it has the potential to be good. I think it has the potential to be good.
It could be good, but at the same time,
Then again, I don't give a shit about K-pop Demon Hunters, okay? I don't give a shit about that. Sony Pictures Animation is probably going to be overrated as hell.
My pick, Kubo and the Two Strings.
Oh, Kubo. Forget it. Kubo. That's the best animated picture of that year. I'm sorry. Kubo, unbelievable movie. It's Leica's best.
Number 6, Toy Story 4.
It deserved it. Shut the fuck up.
My pick, Dragon 3.
No.
Still Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4 for me. I gave it that perfect 5-star, and then How to Train Your Dragon, I only gave it 4 because it didn't reach the heights of 2. It really didn't.
My pick, number 5, Coco.
I love Coco to
I
death.
fucking love.
And
Coco.
we saw my family rewatched this movie around Day of the Dead last year, and there was not a dry eye in the house
My pick,
by the end of that movie. That ending is just
my pick.
unbelievable.
I'm sure you've never even heard of it, but my pick, The Breadwinner.
Yes,
I
I
have
heard
heard of that.
I think was Angelina Jolie one of the producers of that?
It's by a Cartoon Saloon, the guys behind Wolfwalkers and.
That's the only Cartoon Saloon movie I've seen, Wolfwalkers, which is good, but not great.
Number 4, Rango.
I haven't seen Rango since it came out.
Number 3, Toy Story 3.
Yes.
Number 2, You Shut the Fuck Up,
No,
Victor.
no, you shut up. Ralph Breaks the Internet was a better movie. I don't give a shit. I'm going to defend that movie at all costs. God damn it. I don't care. Yes, it's not as good as the first one, but damn it, it is a worthy sequel.
Number 2, Spider-Verse.
Fuck you too.
And number 1, Inside Out.
Great movie. I think Toy Story 3 and 4 would probably be the number ones on my list. I mean, I love Pixar. Yes, I know. I criticize Illumination. I sometimes criticize Sony Pictures Animation. I know I have a Pixar love. I feel like that's really the only animation studio I pretty much watch anything they come out with, because Pixar, I feel like they movies are fucking intelligent. You know.
Now for original score. Number 10, The Grand Budapest Hotel.
What is this one?
Original score.
I don't care about Wes Anderson very much.
My pick, The Imitation Game.
Isn't both of them Alexander Desplat? I think both of them are.
Yeah. Both of them.
Oh yeah, they are.
Number 9, Black Panther.
I think Ludwig Göransson became popular thanks to that movie. Without that score, we wouldn't have Mando
or Oppenheimer.
Well, in terms of the how it sounds, Mando sounds very similar to Black Panther. Oppenheimer sounds completely different.
Number 8, The Social Network.
It's a good score, but Hans Zimmer for Inception was better.
Number 7, Life of Pi.
I don't remember anything about that score. Sorry, and I love the movie, but I don't remember the music. I remember the visuals, but I don't remember the music.
Number 6, The Hateful Eight.
That's one of the only Tarantino. Well, I've seen a couple of Tarantino movies. I haven't seen that one though.
Number 5, The Artist.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Number 4, Gravity.
Amazing score, because half the damn movie has no dialogue, so the music had to pretty much be the dialogue in some ways. I love the final cue of that movie at the end when she's falling down and lands back on Earth. It deserved it because of that cue alone.
Number 3, La La Land.
The reason why I won, because it's a musical, and he wrote. And okay, Justin Horwitz did not write the songs, but he definitely had something to do with the songs.
Number 2, Joker.
Good score. You know what? To me, I don't give a shit. Endgame, because that's Alan Silvestri's best work.
That's a close second. Number 1, The Shape of Water.
Oh, that score is absolutely. Is that number Desplat? I think that is.
Yeah, Desplat.
It's Desplat is appearing all over the place. Yeah, I love that score. Speaking of Sally Hawkins, Shape of Water, in that movie, she actually plays a nice person that you actually can relate to.
Now for 2000's animated feature.
She was snubbed with that Oscar, by the way. I mean, Frances McDormand did a great job in 3 Billboards, but I just cannot stand the movie. I'm sorry. I know I'm biased when I say I cannot stand that movie. I really can't.
2000's animated feature. Number 9, Funny Joe mentioned it, Happy Feet.
I don't understand why it won. I'm sorry. It has live action elements to it. Why did it win animated?
My pick of all movies, Cars.
Yes, I would pick Cars as well because I don't think Disney put out a movie in 2006.
Yeah, and 2006 wasn't really a great year for animation. I mean, there was Flush Away and Monster House were like 7 out of 10s at best.
Flushed Away, I used to watch. The only thing I remember about Flushed Away is the opening when the mouse was dancing to Billy Idol. That's the only thing I remember about that movie.
And also were holding that Wolverine outfit because they were both Hugh Jackman. Number 8, Wall-E.
Amazing.
My pick, Kung Fu Panda.
No, Wall-E's better.
Oh, Wall-E.
Number 7,
sure.
Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Were Rabbit.
I'll say yes because Chicken Little didn't deserve fucking anything.
Number
And
6,
Yeah, fuck Chicken Little.
And fuck robots. That movie was shit too.
Number 6, Finding Nemo.
One of my favorite anime movies of all time. That's like number 1 for me.
Number 5. Number 5, Shrek.
Oh, another one of my favorite animated films. Although I prefer the second one.
Number 4, Ratatouille.
Amazing.
I
You see,
fucking love Ratatouille.
Pixar is. They are at the top of their game even today. These days, yeah, they had a little bit of slow period, but that's why I put Pixar above the rest. They give 110% everything that they do, and I even heard Elio is a great movie. So they just
Number 3, Up.
Up, brilliant.
Number 2, The Incredibles.
It's one of the lesser Pixar movies in my opinion, but it's still good. I like Jason Lee as the villain. I really like Jason Lee.
And number 1, Spirited Away.
Great movie. Just a little too episodic for my taste. Then again, a lot of Ghibli movies are episodic. My favorite Ghibli movie, for the record, probably Ponyo.
Mine is Grave of the Fireflies.
Kiki's Livery Service is good. Gee, I wonder why I had to watch that movie last year. Or the dub of it, I should be more precise.
Yeah.
Now for original score. Number 10, Frida.
Frida, is that the one with Salma Hayek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
My pick, The Hours.
2002. Fuck it. Danny Elfman, Spider-Man.
You biased motherfucker.
Yes, I know I am.
Number 9, Babel.
Haven't seen it.
My pick, Pan's Labyrinth.
2006. I don't know about 2006. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one.
Number 8, Slumdog Millionaire.
Hans Zimmer, James Newton Howard, Dark Knight. And yes, I did credit James Newton Howard. People just think Zimmer did the Dark Knight by himself. No, he did not. Give James Newton Howard his fucking credit, damn it. I'm sick of people thinking Zimmer was the only one who did the Dark Knight trilogy. Yes, he did Rises by himself, but he did the first two with James Newton Howard, god damn it. You give James Newton Howard his fucking credit, damn it. Pisses me off.
Number 7, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Phenomenal.
I still need to see that.
My pick, Gladiator.
No, fuck yeah, I think Gladiator, because Now We Are Free is just one of the greatest cues of all time.
Yeah, and that's
and that, by the way, you have to credit Lisa Gerrard on that score too, because she got billing with Zimmer. Stop forgetting his collaborators, god damn it.
And by the way, that should have been nominated for original song, maybe even one.
I don't think it was a song. It's just a cue for the score. But that's just how I look at it, because it's like it's not even like the language is in gibberish. It's not translated from like the Roman language. It's gibberish. She's speaking nothing. It's just gibberish.
Number 6, Finding Neverland.
Finding Neverland. I've never seen it.
Number 5, Brokeback Mountain.
I will say, though, in terms of 2004, since you mentioned Finding Neverland, who was my score? Danny Elfman, Spider-Man 2.
Number 4, Atonement.
And that's for Brokeback Mountain, 2005. Again, James Newton Howard, Hans Zimmer, Batman Begins, and then, would you say, Atonement? I would pick Michael Giacchino, Ratatouille. I think that's what I would pick.
Actually, I just thought about it. My pick for 2007, Sunshine.
Great. The best thing about that movie, that's for sure. But 2007. What was my best movie in 2007? Yeah, was it Born Ultimatum? I don't know. I have to look back.
Number 3, Up.
Yes, but if I were to choose another Giacchino, Star Trek.
And number 2 to number 1, Fellowship of the Ring, and Return of the King.
They were rightfully deserving. They are at the top for a very specific reason. Even if I prefer Danny Elfman in 2002 compared to Two Towers.
Now for 90s original score. And this is interesting because for 4 years that decade, they actually separated it.
Yes, they did the musical or comedy and then drama. And you know why? Because Alan Menken kept fucking winning. That's why they had to separate it.
Yeah, and that's why it's going to be a top 14 and not top 10.
Because Disney was dominating that category for the first 5 years. It was always make it. And then when Lion King came up, Zimmer. So.
So, yeah. Number 14.
Uh-oh, you got broken up. I want to repeat that.
Number 14, Shakespeare in Love.
No, fuck that.
My pick, Prince of Egypt, because this was a comedy musical.
The musical or comedy in 98. I guess I would go with the Prince of Egypt. No, Mulan, Jerry Goldsmith. I keep on forgetting
Number 13, The Postman, not the Kevin Costner movie.
El Postino.
My pick, Braveheart.
95.
That's dramatic score.
In terms of the drama, honestly, Braveheart's a good one, but Apollo 13, maybe.
Okay. Number 12, Emma.
Boo! Ever watch Clueless?
My pick for a comedy musical,
Toy Story. I think that's 95, right? So Toy Story.
This is 96, though.
Ah, shit. Hunchback of Notre Dame, Alan Menken. I don't care.
I would be completely fine with that.
Number 11, The Full Monty.
Who remember? I only remember the songs, like the "You Sexy Thing" song.
I don't know.
But I don't remember the score for that at all. I only remember that song.
My pick for a comedy musical, Men in Black.
Good choice. I hate how they divided it like this. I have to really think about my answers now. I guess I would go with Men in Black.
Number 10, Pocahontas.
Boo! I love Menken, but I mean, outside, there's only 2 good songs in that movie. Colors of the Wind and Savages. Everything else?
Savages. So
what?
Good.
No love for mine. My pick for comedy musical, The American President.
I've never seen that.
I've
Apparently, it's real good.
To see that.
Aaron Sorkin.
Number 9, The Red Violin.
This is the one. Even though this is the score, this 1990 really fucking pisses me off because you had American Beauty and you had Cider House Rules. American Beauty, I've said criticize that movie, but the score is phenomenal. Cider House Rules, arguably the score is the best thing about it, and I like the movie, but the score, especially the opening scene and that whole cue is used like that in a lot of other like commercials. Like they use it for a commercial for Michigan, like the state of Michigan. They use the score for the Cider House Rules. It's such a great score. I'm just like, why not those two? Why the fucking Red Violin? Just because I have violin in the title? My
pick, either American Beauty, Cider House Rules, The Matrix, or hell, even Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace's score is the best thing about that fucking movie. So, what about? I mean, no, I haven't seen The Green Mile. That's not fair to judge about The Green Mile. But even though it is Thomas Newman, 99 was my favorite score was Fight Club, but I don't really remember the score for it except for the beginning, the part of it. But Magnolia, not the Amy Mann songs, the actual score.
Yeah. Number 8, The English Patient. My pick for dramatic score, Shine.
Boo! But no, because Jerry Maguire was a better movie than Shine. Even though technically Nancy Wilson's score is literally just a guitar. I would have picked that. It's my favorite movie of all time. Fuck it. Either that or Marco Beltrami for Scream. I don't care.
Number 7, Aladdin.
Or David Arnold for Independence Day. That's another one.
I just reviewed that movie.
My pick, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Which one you reviewed?
Aladdin.
Oh, because Menken. So, yeah, Menken deserved it, I think. Or I don't 92. Howard Shore, single white female. I know it's one of my favorite scores. Is it Howard Shore? Yes, Howard Shore did the score for that. Single white female, one of my favorite movies of all time. The score's phenomenal.
Number 6, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
My pick, Terminator 2.
Brad Friedel, or who the fuck did Silence of the Lambs? Was it Howard Shore?
Howard Shore.
Did. Yeah, there we go. Howard Shore. Howard Shore did a lot of great score, not just Lord of the Rings. You just noticed the Lord of the Rings guy now. I'm just like, did you realize that he was the band leader for Saturday Night Live at the beginning of that fucking show's existence?
Number 5, Dances with Wolves.
Goodfellas doesn't have a score. Damn it.
My
It uses
pick,
a bunch of
Cinema-
songs.
My pick,
I can't
Cinema
remember it, but I
Paradiso.
think it was a good score.
My pick that year is Cinema Paradiso.
Yep.
Number 4, Life is Beautiful.
Never saw it.
My pick for dramatic score, again, Saving Private Ryan.
Three by band for me.
Yep.
Number 3, Titanic.
Deserved it.
Number 2, The Lion King.
Deserved it. Other than no. Thomas Newman Shawshank.
Number 1, Schindler's List.
Yes.
And that's
Although you would argue that Jurassic Park is the more recognizable, but what's the more powerful?
Yes.
It's Schindler's List.
Not for 80s original score. Number 10, I honestly don't know why this one, because this movie barely even had a score. Fame.
Wait a minute, did you do best original song for the 90s?
No.
I thought you were going to. Unless-
Later.
Oh, okay. Score Fame. I didn't even know Fame had a score. I thought it was just a song. Like, Fame,
Yeah.
I want to live forever. Yeah, that song. I thought it was just that.
My pick, either The Elephant Man or The Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back because Imperial
Ooh.
March. That's it. Imperial March. There's even a T-shirt I saw recently where it's just Darth Vader and it has the notes of the Imperial March and it says da 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 da.
My, number 9, Passes to India.
Is that David Lean? I think.
Yeah, that's David Lean.
My pick, The Natural.
I know The Natural because I think it was that one scene where he cracks the baseball and the heights and the music for that scene is like using all these other sports movies. Like that is one of the most recognizable cues in any movie, really.
Number 8, Round Midnight.
I think that's the jazz movie.
Yeah, the jazz movie. My pick, The Mission.
This is 86, right? So
Aliens.
yes, Aliens. Bishop's Countdown was the greatest excuse of all time. It was abused in movie trailers for a reason.
Number 7, The Malago Beanfield War.
That's Robert Redford. I don't think he stars in it. I think he just directed it.
Yeah, I think he just directed it. My pick, The Last Temptation of Christ.
88.
Oh, that is so good.
88.
That score.
Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, probably. Or I could probably just piss people off and go with Oliver and Company. But again, I like the songs. I like Why Should I Worry? But that's not a score. But I
Number
love
6.
that song. I don't give a shit.
Number 6. Okay. The only reason why people remember
Die
this is
Hard.
because-
Die Hard. Although it wouldn't qualify because it uses Christmas music. Like the actual, would it count? I don't know.
All right. Number 6. The only reason why people remember this is because of the music.
Chariots of Fire. Raiders of the Lost
Raiders of the
Ark.
Lost Ark. Number 5. Under the Sea. No. Little Mermaid. My pick,
Yes.
Grave of the Fireflies.
You didn't pick Little Mermaid? Oh, how dare you?
Number 4, Out of Africa. My pick,
Especially
Back to the
considering
Future.
Jared prefers the score to Little Mermaid over Beauty and the Beast, which I think is despicable. And why would you think that? But still.
Number 4, Out of Africa. My pick, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future easily. Easily Back to the Future. You kidding me?
Number 3, The Right Stuff.
I thought that was mostly like classical music. I don't know why I thought like that. I don't know. Maybe
Number
I
2.
haven't seen it.
Number 2, The Last Emperor.
3 hour long, boring.
And number 1, E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
Which fucking deserved it. It's one of the best scores of all time. The last 15 minutes of the movie was saved because of John Williams' music. Because there is a story, I don't know who said it. I think it might have been Spielberg, might have been the editor. the ending wasn't working, and how they got it to work was because of the music. I feel like, yes, the movie is masterful directing, but John Williams practically directs the final 15 minutes of the fucking movie. Damn it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And because of that, that's why the ending has so much power. Because of John Williams, damn it.
And that's it for my picks. I could either do a Harry Potter ranking or best costume design / original score next week. I'll decide by then.
Now I have to fucking do the stupid AI bullshit that change. Oh god, I have to fucking. There we go. I
am intrigued.
Hey, guess what? There's not. Oh wait. Oh dear. I already have it. Oh god, no. Hopefully this doesn't take forever. I hope to God it doesn't. Oh no. I don't want to watch this. I gotta turn on my volume. Oh no. Oh god.
Guys, I just let people know the next person I'm gonna call.
Oh no.
Oh, who is it?
Hey, what's up, man? Can you tell the audience you're on the show? Can you tell the audience who you are?
I'm Victor. This is my YouTube channel and my Instagram, TikTok. I'm Victor. Why does it sound like me?
That's fucking weird.
Now I understand why Scarlett Johansson sued those AI people.
Oh my!
Can you tell us a little about yourself, Victor?
Well, I'm 22. I graduated. That's bullshit. I'm 25 and was born in 1999. God. Well, I'm 22. I graduated school at 18. I'm very big into plushie collecting. I have over 250 stuffed animals, and
Jaden, have you even seen my plushie collection? Do I have to bring it over here like I did in the roommate episode?
I only own a couple. Love movies. The TV show Lost is my favorite show of all time, and I think the Minecraft movie is better than Oppenheimer.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, so can you explain how the Minecraft movie is better than Oppenheimer?
Easily, the Minecraft movie is more entertaining than Oppenheimer. No, it is not. No, it is not. It's pure corporate trash.
Chicken
Oppenheimer has the
jockey.
most boring trailers I've ever seen. Nolan just puts loud boom noises over dialogue in black and white. Well, that is partially true, but at the same time, they fixed the sound mixing for the whole video release. That's why
it's horrifying that it has your voice.
It's horrifying. It's pretentious as hell. Don't use my signature term like that, because Oppenheimer, one of the things it's not is pretentious. You want to know what's pretentious? Your ass, Chad.
Oh, and so explain how Minecraft is better.
Oh God, I can't believe this. Minecraft's trailers have an interesting premise, beautiful visuals, and cool scenes. This is fucking ChatGPT bullshit.
That sounds like you're reading right from a script.
It sounds like I'm reading ChatGPT.
Sounds like Astra did a new Dragon remake.
The film actually looks like a fun time.
Chicken jockey.
It says the movie looks like a fun time. They said that
Have you not seen it?
No, I have. And they're saying it looks like this AI me doesn't know fucking me, clearly. Jesus Christ. No fun. It just has boring, pretentious black and white scenes and beat wham M sounds. Bwam? I don't say bwam in real life. I just say the sound mixing is terrible.
And so what are your thoughts on the new Superman trailer?
Oh God, help me. It looks dope. I like how it references the first two Superman movies and Zack Snyder's Superman in general. What?
What?
No. This AI me. This is not AI me, because this guy's part of the Snyder cult. He is part of the Snyder cult. I am not. I am not part of that Snyder cult. I've criticized him more than I praised him. also like how it shows us a much more accurate interpretation of Superman.
Accurate.
Him saving people in an emotional story rather than just saving people from giant CGI monsters.
That's Zack Snyder for you. What the fuck? Also, he fights a CGI monster in the trailer, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Excited, and the new Batman and Robin also looks so fun.
No, it's called The Brave and the Bold. It's not called Batman and Robin. And Batman and Robin's not even in Superman, as far as I know, anyway.
How can you know if it's good or not?
Oh my god!
You haven't. We have seen no footage.
I'm glad the DCU is turning around.
DCU is turning around. This is the first fucking project except for Ninja Commandos.
Yeah, and so what are your thoughts on what is it? Ari Aster.
No, I am literally about to turn this shit off.
I'm a big fan of his movies.
This is if like you had a gun to your head or something.
I feel like I'm being tortured by North Korea. I've watched 2 Ari Aster movies, never again.
Hereditary and Midsommar are my favorite horror movies of all time.
Look at my letterbox. What are my top 2 films of the 4? Those are my 2 favorite horror films of all time, motherfucker.
Beau is Afraid is also amazing, but sadly underappreciated.
No, you deserve to die a painful death at the box office.
I love it because
it is all about his fucking mommy issues.
Thank you, Victor. I've been saying this for the longest time.
This is all manipulated crap by Chayton. I'm gonna kick his ass when he comes back.
So what do you think about the Snow White remake being a box office bomb?
I'm indifferent. I don't give a shit about talking about this shit anymore.
Oh boy.
It's just karma. Hollywood keeps making movies we don't want.
So really? So Jurassic World Rebirth almost made 2. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Oh god. Okay.
So why should we give them money?
It's all right.
The movie industry needs to get their act together, stop making crappy remakes, and get...
Lilo and Stitch made over $1 billion. Almost $1 billion. Not gonna happen. I'm done with this shit. I can't take it anymore. I can't.
That was a lot.
I can't fucking do it.
You made it through. You made it through the most of it, I'm sure.
At least I hope not. It doesn't matter. Everybody makes fun of me about Snow White, but look at Lilo and Stitch. Everybody wanted the remake. People didn't want remakes no more, and guess what? We're making Lilo and Stitch too. Oh, it's all your damn fault. Nothing but karma. And this proves that the audience don't give a shit about you. Oh, we only want original film. Clearly, the audience doesn't. And that's why movies like Bring Her Back, even though I loved it, most audiences are not going to. Okay? People like the comfort movies. That's why people are going to go see Superman. It's a comfort movie. People want to feel good after they watch a movie. They don't want to feel like shit and dirty like I was watching Bring Her Back. I can't take it no more. I can't believe he did this to me. I'm going to sue him just like ScarJo sued those AI companies. I'm going to sue him. $2,500. No, I should probably pay more than that. $10 million.
$100 billion.
Oh god, dude. This is one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life. Oh, god, I don't know where to segue from here.
Yeah, where
maybe I should. I just need to find out how he did it. I need to find out how. And then I'll do it.
Ooh, yes.
We'll see. In the meantime, oh god, we have to do the Emperor's New Groove now, and I need to get my groove back because Jesus Christ, man, this killed me.
This holiday season, boom, baby, the Emperor has been turned into a llama.
A llama? Where?
Yeah, weird.
Hold the lever.
You have to change him back. Hi there. Walt Disney Pictures presents a whole new breed of comedy.
Ha!
New Groove, rated G, in theaters December 15th.
Oh boy.
Halo Cusco is cheating after he made that AI Victor video.
Yeah, it's all about him. It's all about him. He's a fucking llama. The Emperor's New Groove is a 2000 American animated fantasy comedy film directed by Mark Dindal. I can't believe that's his name, Dindal. It's almost like Ding Dongs, but not exactly. Who also directed Chicken Fucking Little.
And
Yeah.
And the Garfield movie, which is confirmed to have a sequel.
Great. Now to tour the Urban Cruiser.
Produced by Randy Fulmer, screenplay by David Reynolds, story by Chris Williams and Mark Dindal, starring the voices of David Spade, John Goodman, Eartha Kitt, Patrick Warburton, and Wendy Malick. Released on December 15th, 2000 by Walt Disney Pictures. Budget was $100 million, and it completely flopped, making $169.7 million, probably because they decided, for some stupid reason, to open it against Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which dominated the box office for like a good 2 months there, maybe even 3 months. It was like Titanic all over again with that movie.
Yeah, and I think I know why they pretty much dumped it on there, because it's been under development hell for years. Because as some of you know, it was originally supposed to be a musical called Kingdom of the Sun. It was supposed to be like a Lion King or a Hunchback. They even got Sting to write some of the songs, but unfortunately, after a pretty bad test screen, they just said fuck it and completely flipped the script.
Yeah, and I feel like, judging by, apparently there was a documentary apparently about this.
Yes, and I have seen that documentary.
And apparently, from what I understand, this changing it to a comedy was probably a good thing. From what I understand with most people, I don't know about that, and I'll get to it. But first, the description: arrogant young Emperor Cusco. Oh yeah, Chayton is an arrogant young emperor by this point. Is transformed into a llama by his power-hungry advisor, the vicious diva Yzma. Stranded in the jungle, Cusco's only chance to get back home and reclaim the high life rests with a good-hearted peasant named Pacha. Together, they must return Cusco to the throne before Yzma tracks them down and finishes them off. 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, 70% rating on Metacritic, 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb, 3.9 on Letterboxd.
Hands down the funniest Disney movie.
I would agree with you, Soren, but I know Victor's not
like
going
from
to.
the beginning alone with Cusco narrating over.
No, okay, I'll admit the first 10 minutes are fucking genius. They're genius. I love the fourth wall breaks that this movie has. I love that a lot. And I think David Spade, I think it's some of his best work as an actor. I think
his best performance.
Tommy Boy. Even though that movie is more about Chris Farley than it is about him, still Tommy Boy. I love Tommy Boy.
I've only seen Tommy Boy once.
I love me some Tommy Boy. But
and
yeah,
and also with Tom Jones, him pretty much celebrating himself with Tom Jones as a.
I didn't know that was Tom Jones. I thought it was supposed to be like some Elvis impersonator. I didn't know that was Tom Jones. I know Tom Jones was in Mars Attacks, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's Tom Jones.
But yeah, and then like the best part about it is the cast. I think it's really well cast. Particularly, not only I think the best casting is Eartha Kitt, Yzma. I think it's perfect casting.
That casting's perfect.
I think she's the best performance, actually, when I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think she's fantastic in this. And then Patrick Warburton as Kronk
it's no concern of mine that you people need what was it you need? Food? Ha! You should have thought about that before you became peasants.
Kronk's character is so like lovable and likable and dumb at the same time.
Yes.
And that performance is so great that I understand why Kronk's New Groove exists.
Oh.
That movie's just not good. Is the problem.
And you know it's good when Kronk even had his own spin-off sequel.
Yeah,
we just said that. But Um, the animation's nice. It's not exactly like the best that Caps has to offer. I think Fantasia 2000 that year was better animated. I think,
Yes.
but it's nice. It's a pleasant movie.
Vic, your mic.
Yeah, you are kind of
Am I cutting?
you
you're
were
now.
but
I don't know. Probably my internet. I'll have to adjust my fucking mic settings now because I have a thing where I can actually adjust my fucking mic settings when looking like this. But do I sound okay right now?
yeah.
You're fine.
Okay. And The Emperor's New School, which, believe it or not, I used to watch.
I watched that a lot.
Because every Saturday morning, ABC used to air that fucking show first thing in the morning. And Disney Channel 8 or 2, but ABC Family, not ABC Family, ABC Regular with the kids block. They used to air it for like 4 straight years. Just that one I think it only had 1 season, maybe 2. I don't remember. But
And you know what Arthur Kidd and what Patrick Wilburn would commit to the characters when they reprised the roles in that show.
And then I think David Spade was too cheap not to come back. But yeah, this movie to me, I don't hate it. I want to say this right now. I don't hate this movie. I think it's an enjoyable, nice, pleasant movie. But I'm not gonna remember it about a week. That's the one thing about. I think it's kind of forgettable.
And that's disappointing, but it's okay.
I think I remember Dinosaur a little bit more than this one. I thought Dinosaur was incredibly mediocre.
What about that scene with Kronk's Angel and Devil?
I mean, yeah, but that's because they put it into a bunch of memes. It became a memed scene.
I think what makes this movie just so memorable
because people are saying like this movie
I
is
think
like
it's
top
the
10
funniest Disney movie they've made.
I kind of beg to differ. I think they've made funnier movies. What is like the movie that is like the most? I'm trying to think. Chicken Little's not their funniest. That's for fucking sure.
No.
Disney animated movie that's like a straight comedy. I'm trying to think. Hercules. That shit's funny. Hercules was funny because that was a comedy. The only part that was serious was the go to distance number. Everything else about the movie was a fucking comedy. Everything else about it. That was funny. Oh hell no! Mars Needs Mobs was even animated by Disney. It was Image Movers Digital, which that was. Let's see. I'm thinking. Disney. Wreck-It Ralph 1 and 2 probably are like some of the funniest, especially 2. 2 is fucking hysterical because it was written by people who wrote on The Simpsons. Probably. I like The Simpsons, and Disney does own them, so does this make them Disney animated? I don't know.
Also, Patrick's Family is hilarious as well, especially when they have to deal with when they get rid of Yzma.
The family is. I like the one part with the son and the daughter. They pretty much. I dreamt that Daddy was a llama. No, that can't happen. No, and they just keep fighting and going over.
It's very much like almost like. I mean, I can't say this because I have no siblings, but like just perfect sibling like dialogue and everything.
Yeah,
just them going back and forth.
That reminds me, Lilo and Stitch. That is another funnier movie than this. I think it's funnier. Sorry, I think Lilo and Stitch is funnier. It's a better movie.
I'm sorry, but you
know if I really agree, but
I'm sorry, but you threw up the Emperor's Groove.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I prefer. Another comedy, Aladdin. I'm telling you that was the funniest Disney movie because of Robin Williams. What are you? I respect you guys' opinion, but top 10 Disney? Hell no. This is not even. This is like right in the middle with me.
Yeah. Well. Then again, like it's been 2 or 3 or 4 years since I had rewatched this and everything, but this recent rewatch and everything, just I don't know, it just something about this movie when I rewatch it, I just have such a fun time sitting down and watching with these characters. I love. There's just something hilarious with David Spade and John Goodman
Who's great.
being
He's
side
great.
by side with each other.
And then the next year, John Good will be right next to Billy Crystal.
Yeah, that's true.
And I bet this is Victor's thought process on getting his revenge on Chayton. Oh, I know. I'll turn him into a flea, a harmless little flea, and then I'll put that flea in a box, and then I'll put that box inside another box, and then nail that box to myself. And when it arrives, I smash it with a hammer.
Oh my god!
I did not watch this movie like when it originally came out. I didn't watch this movie until like many years later. But I just remember on DVD, the trailers for this movie and the scene with the waterfall.
Yeah, the scene with the waterfall
everywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna be struck by we're gonna draw by a waterfall. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yep.
Bring it on. Ah! And I would rather watch Bring It On over this. It came out the same fucking year. Sorry. And you gave that a fucking 3, so this is my revenge.
All right, the poison for Chayton, the poison chosen specifically to kill Chayton, Chayton's poison.
The way that Krog puts in the poison, that's one of the funniest scenes of the whole movie, because he just thinks that he gave him the wrong one.
I spin his puffs.
And he just pours it again, and he just like this and this and this.
I don't know. Like, I love the escalation of this movie. Just like they're trying to kill him, and then he's a fucking llama.
Thinking about it now, it starts out so strong, but then something happens along the way that just kind of doesn't go on my wavelength very much.
Maybe I can understand that a little. I like it's a buddy movie kind of,
and I like buddy movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's see, what else whatever buddy movies. Lethal Weapon, obviously. Was there another one that I'm not mentioning? Midnight Run's kind of a buddy movie. The Other Guys is kind of a buddy movie, you know? They're step brothers and they can't stand each other for most of the movie, so I don't know if I call that a buddy movie, but you know what I mean. Most of the ones I like are buddy cop movies anyway. Like Bad Boys.
You know, like I will.
Yeah, because I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't want to hear about having a 3-woman with Sean Baker and Ari Aster. I don't want to hear that shit no more.
I'm glad I didn't have to hear that one.
At least I watched some of it. I couldn't take it anymore.
I will say too.
And here, Chicken, here's what Victor thinks of your bullshit.
Oh no! Oh.
I will say we talked about the animation of this movie. Like, I mean, it's nothing like special or anything and stuff, but I will say that at least like I like the colors and just like the overall like angular kind of look of it. It is a nice looking movie.
It's a nice looking movie. I'll agree with you on there.
Mm-hmm.
That scene in the kitchen is just gold.
That scene goes on a little too long.
I love that scene so much.
And
I'm trying to think of some.
When they have to,
you know what? Actually, I would rather watch this over Eddington. I would, because at least Ari Aster. This movie is actually pleasant to watch.
Especially when they have to distract Yzma with the birthday cake.
Also,
it seems like Yzma gets all the best scenes, in my opinion.
Oh, I genuinely do think I do agree with that.
To me, Yzma. Here's the thing, though. I don't know why, but I don't feel, you know, how these Disney villains are, you know, they're so evil, you're supposed to hate them, but I don't hate Yzma. I don't know why, but I think she's a little likable in certain areas. And I don't know why.
No, I think that is really funny. It's something that's actually very funny too. Also, because we don't like, I haven't talked about this in like some of my recent like Disney Renaissance videos and stuff, but something that I really like in the Disney Renaissance and afterwards is kind of like something that I look forward to is the after credits song. No, like, or the credits song that plays. And
Oh, so the Sting song, that song's kind of out of place considering it feels like a ballad rather than a fucking comedy.
Because
Really
that
out of
is
place.
You could say it's kind of the joke. It's like the troll cherry on top. And the funny
because that
thing,
song is fantastic.
It is, but it doesn't fit tonally with the movie.
Because it
And,
was
you wanna know
written
the
for a
funniest
different
part
movie.
about all
So
this?
that song was supposed to be from Kingdom of the Sun.
Yes.
And you want to know the funny thing about all this? It's the reason this movie is an Oscar nominee. This,
Yep.
This song.
Damn. I
if
mean, I'm not
you
saying the
look-
song's bad. It's pleasant to. I like Sting's solo material. It kind of reminds me of the song he did for Leon the Professional at the end of that movie.
If you look, I think if you look up the soundtrack for Emperor's New Groove, I think a lot of the songs that were written for Kingdom of the Sun are on that.
Mm.
Hey,
So
Jason,
there's
you
the Llama
apologize-
Llama song. That song, that there was also like a love ballad between the original character that Cusco was supposed to be and basically what ends up being Pacha's wife. And that is something that is something I do kind of want to bring up, since there's probably never a chance that we'll talk about the sweat box on this. I have seen the documentary The Sweat Box. It never got officially released. You can go on Internet Archive and watch it. I highly recommend this because I think this is a fantastic documentary that just kind of goes through the creative process and kind of shows that, sometimes things don't work out and you end up making, a different product, but they ended up making a product that most of everybody was like happy with. I mean, the original director wasn't, because he left the project and everything. The co-director of Lion King.
Yeah, not Rob Big Bob, the other one, right?
Yes.
And by the way, Chayton, tell us how you got that AI Victor and will burn your house to the ground. Tell us where you got the AI Victor, or will burn your house to the ground.
Because that original movie, the original movie that was Kingdom of the Sun, was like a Prince and the Pauper story.
But they already did that with Mickey Mouse in 1990.
I know, which is why you will probably see why that movie never got made. It was Prince and the Pauper, and then it was mixed with Incan culture, and then he became a llama, and then there's a murder plot, and then he falls in love.
Jesus Christ! I wonder. I feel thinking about it now. Yeah, I'm glad that this is the final product. But
it's so many ideas.
So
it's streamlined.
So to be fair, I kind of wish the inevitable live-action remake is a rework version of Kingdom of the Sun, because at least that would be different.
I think a streamlined version of that story would completely work. Just make it Prince of the Pauper with the Inca culture. But also, I mean, I guess the llama thing was like a big part of it. I don't know. It was just a whole lot and everything, and they just could never decide.
So it's funny. At the same time, I'm happy with the movie we got, but at the same time, I'm kind of sad Kingdom of the Sun got shelled. But I guess you can call it a cruel irony, like my dependence on you.
You kind of think about it. The type of movie, because what I think of with the early, because this is the post-Renaissance era.
This is, I would call the second Dark Age, from about 2000 to 2007.
The thing is, very early on, they were so like ambitious with a lot of their projects, and they were making these big, bold ideas and everything, and they weren't turning a profit.
Yeah, and to me, I feel like, especially considering Atlantis underperformed, Treasure Planet flat out bombed. They were making all these almost like summer blockbusters, but released in. Well, technically, Atlantis was a summer blockbuster, but Treasure Planet came out in November. But they were kind of like summer blockbusters, animated.
That
It's
scene where
interesting. Well, go ahead.
that scene where they turn Yzma's guards into animals, and the cow's like, "Hey, I've been turned into a cow. Can I go home?" And the
Oh,
Yzma's like, "Your excuse." Anyone else? And everyone's like, "Nah, we're good. We'll get them."
Oh, jeez.
What I was going to say was like, so Musker and Clements, who did Little Mermaid, then they did Aladdin. The thing
Hercules.
is, after Little Mermaid, they had the idea for like Treasure Planet, and then they were like, well, do Aladdin first. So then they do Aladdin, and they're
I didn't
like,
ask
all
for
right,
Bomb
can
Billy.
I do?
Oh wait, wrong Treasure
Can
Planet.
I do Treasure Planet now? And they're like, do Hercules, and then you can. It's like almost like they were pushing off this like super ambitious project that I don't know if like Disney at that point was probably like, I don't know if this will work or not and everything.
And it
So
ultimately, even though it has a cult following, arguably it didn't.
yeah.
It flat out
Though,
bombed.
though to be fair, at least it's a better Treasure Planet than the Hungarian Treasure Planet.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know what
Watch
that is.
Animate's video where you'll see.
But like with Treasure Planet, it was a very ambitious movie. I feel like a lot of the best parts about it are visually speaking. I think up to that point, it's the best looking Disney animated feature because there's so much CGI and so much hand drawn, and the plot is very ambitious. Pretty much combining Tiny E, another failed project, with Treasure Island, and yeah, that's another thing. It opened against Chamber of Secrets, and then Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, and Gangs of New York, and Catch Me If You Can. Too much competition.
What do you think about this movie? Kind of, made it, successful in a sense.
Well,
like,
the Emperor's New Groove, you mean?
yeah.
It wasn't successful. It flat
Well,
out
I mean, like at least like because it eventually took off. I'm talking about
I feel
with like sequels.
Why you think it may be successful? I'm gonna tell you why. Home video. This is when home video dominated dominated the market. People rented the shit out of that movie. People bought it. That's why people like this movie now, because that generation who grew up with it on VHS or DVD saw it several times, and they remember it as kids, and then they made the fucking TV show because of that, and the fucking direct-to-video movie.
It's I think about it. It's a similar situation with I say something like the first Rescuers, because the first Rescuers did do well.
Yeah, it did.
It did do well financially and everything when it was initially released. It eventually, because of home video, ended up becoming one of their more successful films, which is why they did the sequel in the first place.
Wrongo, and I'll tell you why. The original Rescuers did not come out on VHS until after the second one was already out on home video. The second movie came out first on VHS in 1991. Then
that's also Laserdisc and
yeah, but the same thing. VHS Laser simultaneous release. I think it was the re-releases from like the 80s. They re-released the movie in theaters.
Yeah,
and that's what turned it to profit. Especially
the
1989 reissue.
That's more probably what I should have said.
I mean, it was probably already in production. It was already in production by that point. But the 89 reissue gained a lot of attention. And then 1990, the sequel comes out. And remember, like I said, the second movie came out first on VHS, then the first movie. So that's why I had to correct your little argument.
Okay, that's okay.
You could argue the same thing happened with whatchamacallit. What else? Like Treasure Planet in some ways did well on home video. It did very well. It actually kind of turned a little bit of a profit for Disney because of home video. Atlantis, same thing. That's why they did the direct-to-video sequel, even though apparently the Milo's Return was supposed to be a TV show, from what I understand. And they pretty much put the pilot episode and just edited it as a movie
from what I understand, that's what it is. It's pretty much
pretty
a pilot.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
and apparently it sucked, from what I understand, which is sad.
I will say,
and apparently the 40s Disney movies were box office bombs because of World War II. They only became successful because of re-releases.
Yes. Go ahead, Jared.
I will say Milo's Return does not suck as much as Belle's Magical World, because that also was a pilot for a Beauty and the Beast TV show, and I don't know how the fuck you make one of those, because it all...
I feel like the pilot to that was The Enchanted Christmas. That was technically the pilot, because it takes place around the same time. You know, when Beast is with Belle in the castle, all that time.
Yeah.
And apparently
I don't even
Disney...
know why they decided to make a fucking TV show out of it. There's very little to draw from. It's too episodic.
Yep.
And apparently Disney still hasn't learned their lesson with Mulan 2. Moana 2, I meant.
Moana.
Moana 2, because that was supposed to be a Disney Plus show, but then they edited it into a movie, probably because Wish and Strange World were just box office disasters, and they had to
find up something to put out money, and it got them their money, that's for sure.
Yeah. Honestly, Emperor's New Groove is the best movie to be able to talk about these topics of, like...
Yes, because, I feel like the post-Renaissance is an interesting time for Disney, because a lot of the movies I do like, I don't love them as much as the movies in the Renaissance, except for Pocahontas. Pocahontas fucking sucks. But...
Yeah. I will say that the post-Renaissance, despite, me not loving or even thinking that some of them are like some of the best Disney films ever made, it might actually be my favorite Disney era, just because of the weird variety that there is.
Yeah, there is weird variety.
Not that I like all of them.
I think Disney at the time, because remember, they couldn't do any wrong. Like, they were making bang over buck. This was right. Remember, Disney had just released The Sixth Sense. Yes, I know that was under Hollywood Pictures, but you have to understand, The Sixth Sense was the highest grossing Disney movie at that point. It made a shit ton of money. So with that success of The Sixth Sense, arguably, and Pearl Harbor and Gone in 60 Seconds, they could experiment with all the animated stuff, and they were allowed to spend this amount of money, shit ton of money there, shit ton of money there, and some of it doesn't work, but others did. For me, Atlantis and Treasure Planet are the strongest movies of this era. Oh no, Lilo and Stitch is the strongest movie of this era.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch and.
But the worst one, Chicken fucking Little.
Home on the Range.
Little.
No, Home on the Range is better than Chicken Little. No,
I would say that Home on the Range is slightly better.
It's not good.
It's mostly boring.
It's not good, but Chicken Little is just insulting.
Yeah.
For me, Chicken Little was at least ironic in enjoyment.
The only good thing about Chicken Little was the fucking Bare Naked Lady song. That's it. Everybody knows the Bare Naked Lady song. Nobody remembers the movie. And if they do remember the movie, they remember that the father was a complete asshole.
The movie where they tried to be like Shrek. Because
that's another reason why I feel like they were suffering around this time, because DreamWorks were making movies not only that were cheaper to produce, but they were making movies that were pretty much making fun of them, and audiences really liked it. I think people were trying to, you know how people say that they're sick of Disney now? I feel like people were sick of Disney back then. Shrek was pretty much pissing all over Disney. That's the whole film.
Though, to be fair, you could argue that Meet the Robinsons and both were more like DreamWorks movies than traditional Disney movies, and they were.
This is because John Lasseter came in around Meet the Robinsons, give or take. I think that was the first one he worked on, right? Meet the Robinsons?
Yeah.
I think that is. So he tried to change the studio around. That's why they had to make movies like Bolt, like Princess and the Frog. And then we got to Tangled, it's a new renaissance. I don't know what they would call it, the Bronze Age? I don't know what they would call it, that era. But like those were successful. I feel like these were movies that were growing pains, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
They were growing pains.
It was a sign of like their a lot of like their excess, because I I think personally too, like even like say like the Disney Renaissance itself, you can even split the Disney Renaissance into two smaller eras.
Yes.
You have the high
1990
Renaissance and the low Renaissance.
The low Renaissance starts with the worst movie, Pocahontas.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because those movies, like, despite some of them being considered classics and stuff, never, at least in the eyes of, like...
Except for maybe Tarzan. Tarzan was a fucking juggernaut. You gotta understand that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they didn't reach, like, at least, like, the mixture of audience and critical approval, like...
Although, again, Tarzan was one of the best received of the lower Renaissance movies, at least at the time. So, you know, because it felt like such a different thing because it wasn't a musical. It was just Phil Collins singing in the background. And I feel like this is the reason why I love Phil Collins, because of that fucking movie.
And then Fantasia 2000 came and was a box office bomb. And
I think it was destined to be a flop because it was the only reason why it got made was because they made a deal with IMAX. We're going to make movies for IMAX. And IMAX it's not the IMAX that we know now. IMAX makes a shit ton of money now. But IMAX was very, like, in limited theaters in, like, New York, Los Angeles, like, in space museums. It was a very gimmicky thing. Not gimmicky, but, like, very niche thing. And they were going to re-release Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King in IMAX theaters. And that's what they did. They were going to do Aladdin, but then they canceled that because those two didn't do so well. So... they didn't do anything with IMAX until maybe Meet the Robinsons, I think. Or was it the Hannah Montana movie? The concert movie, the 3D one. Because that movie, Hannah Montana movie made a shit ton of money. I mean, again, the regular Hannah Montana movie the year later made money.
Yeah,
too,
that's true.
I'm talking about specifically the 3D one. Made a surprising amount of money. Same thing with the Jonas Brothers 3D movie. Remember that? God.
Yeah,
damn.
I do.
God, that movie was probably shit because the music is shit. It's all corporate ass. Cue the fucking. Do I have the South Park clip on me? I don't think I have it anymore. I don't think I have it anymore. I don't think
in this movie, Yzma cheats death at least twice. Once with the chandelier and once with the trampoline.
I don't understand why Death didn't go after her then.
And she also turns into a cat.
Yeah, I like the cat part. When she's falling, I think that's one of the funnier parts. She goes,
Also, I really like that climax. So overall,
it seems we're talking about more about the era than the actual movie. That's probably because I have almost nothing to say.
I mean, it's difficult because, like, when you watch, because I love this movie, but again, like, you kind of know what it is. Like, it's kind of really easy to talk about.
Apparently, the cat was apparently a reference to Eartha Kitt playing Catwoman. So practically, did Yzma turn into Patience Phillips? Did the cat have a male body double of their ass? I'm so stupid, I know. But yeah, I just think that the whole era is incredibly fascinating, especially Disney around this time. Like, you have to understand also around this time, not just with the animated movies, like a lot of their movies were not making as much money as they used to. Like, for example, Pearl Harbor did well, but it wasn't like the Titanic that they wanted. Remember, they wanted it to be Titanic. That's why Michael Bay was forced to do all the romance shit in Pearl Harbor that nobody likes. And then they had acquired ABC in 96. They were losing money fast. And then Who Wants to Be a Millionaire made them money, but then they overexposed the shit out of that show where it was airing practically 5 nights a week at one point. The show was canned after that. They went for a few more years of struggle, and it took 2 shows, no, technically 3 shows, to save ABC.
Let me guess. Lost?
Can I say what they are first? One of them was Wife Swap, and I talked about Wife Swap before. Technically saved the network. Desperate Housewives also saved the network. And yes, Lost.
Yay!
Yeah, and Lloyd Braun,
Yes,
the head of
lucky this is
ABC,
a
got
sound bite.
fired because he was like, you know what? You could have the pilot of Lost costing $13 million, which was the most expensive pilot ever made at the time. God bless Lloyd Braun for trusting JJ and Damon and Carlton to run that fucking show, and it's a brilliant masterpiece. Believe it or not, sidetrack. I know. I was posting something on TikTok, and I was pretty much doing a video about how people were misinterpreting the ending of Lost, and I got a comment a couple of days later saying, "Oh, it's still poorly written and thought out." I'm just like, watch most of the damn shows that come out these days and compare the finale to Lost. The finales for most shows these days fucking stink compared to the finale of Lost. I'm sorry. I tried to explain it to you that they were the infamous 5 words. 6 words, you know the ones. It's on the Reddit for Lost. The first thing you see, the rules, because I know Morgan saw it when you were watching it. Those famous words, and how they're, that's not true. But yeah, ABC was, it took until 2004 to save ABC, and then everything else was just bleeding money. Touchstone was bleeding money, and the Pirates of the Caribbean came out, and then they realized that we don't need Touchstone anymore. And that's kind of sad because Touchstone has made a lot of movies that I really love.
So to be fair, nowadays, Fox 20th
Yes, I know Fox pretty much. Fox is pretty much the Touchstone now. I know that, but at the same time, it's still,
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, 20th these days has been doing very good with quality. Like, I don't know about the Amateur. I haven't seen that yet. But everything
fucking boring.
Everything else that they've released has been decent to great. Like Alien Romulus, I think it's probably the worst one they put us, but it's still decent. It's not a bad movie. But, the best stuff they put out, Prey, oh God, I'm very coughing. Poor Things to a certain extent. Antlers, which is underrated, that kind of thing. Like, and also, let's not forget, Michael Eisner was breathing down everybody's neck at Disney Animation at this point.
Yeah.
This is when Michael Eisner was in a midlife crisis, folks. Like, right when this Emperor's New Groove came out, midlife crisis. Like, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. And he was, like, telling, like, I remember at one point I saw this thing about how, the cricket from Mulan, I don't know if you have his name. Is his name just Cricket in Mulan?
Oh, I don't know.
Mulan,
I can't remember.
Cricket.
But anyway, they didn't want to animate the cricket, but Michael Eisner's like, no, you're going to put this cricket in because we're going to make money off of merchandising. And that's why I think they wore shirts dissing cricket in production.
Oh my God.
And then obviously he didn't have faith in Atlantis, I don't think. Even though, because, and it's funny because Atlantis, the crew wore shirts saying, no songs, all I think it said more action, no songs, or something like that. Because that's what Atlantis is. It's all big action sequences rather than singing. Cricky.
More action, less songs. Isn't
More
that
action,
isn't that the studio notes for the live action remake?
But yeah, Killer of Killers. That's another great 20th. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm sorry. I just think this movie is okay. Like, it's not harmful. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I still like it to a certain extent, but it's just not memorable. I think Fantasia 2000 was more memorable to me personally, and that's a very experimental movie. Like, I remember Rhapsody in Blue. Obviously, they repeated Sorcerer's Apprentice. They did the Firefly Suite. That's like the best sequence in the whole movie, and that ends the fucking thing. I think the animation for that movie is revolutionary. It deserves Fantasia 2000. I know the original Fantasia is a masterpiece. I think it is a masterpiece. Fantasia 2000 is so good for the time. I mean, because like, you thought that the animators back in the 40s were experimenting. This is more experimental than the first one.
Biggest flaw with that movie is just the celebrity stuff.
That's the one thing I'll say about the movie. Why the hell did they add this comedy bit with Steve Martin in there? Like, why the fuck did they add that? Because they added for the little kiddies who were bored? I mean, they already saw Donald Duck doing Noah's Ark, so it's like, you don't need to add that there. because Donald Duck. It's right
Yeah.
there. By the way, that's one of the best scenes of the whole movie, the Noah's Ark Donald Duck thing.
For me, with this movie, I say it's like one of my favorite Disney movies, but at the same time, I don't rank it as like just like absolute perfection either. I think it has flaws and everything. It's not my favorite one to rewatch or anything, but I freaking love this movie nonetheless. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
As for my final thoughts, squeaky, squeaker, squeaking, squeakity, squeak, 10 out of 10.
Oh, what about you, Jared? You said 8 or 9?
I said 8. Yeah.
Jesus, I'm the fucking negative Nancy tonight, and I'm usually not a negative Nancy.
No, you're good.
So, isn't your birthday coming up soon, Jared? If it hasn't already passed.
Yes, it is July 29th, which
Oh, I
is
have enough
also
time to
a
think. I have enough-
Tuesday.
I guess we might have to do. I have to also think about the anniversary show, which I think would be the following week. I have to
Wow.
I'm still thinking about it. What if I decide to do the Doom Generation just to piss people off?
Oh
and
my
say, I'm gonna
God.
make you watch the guy eat his own cum. It's happy anniversary. Oh God, I'm a sadistic fuck. Here we go. Wait, Swords next? It
No,
will be-
my birthday isn't until January.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, my bonus. Since this was my pick.
Wait a minute. Now we adding bonuses. What are the
What?
rules now?
I don't remember this.
I don't remember this either. I come up with the rules. What happened here? If I so that means if I ended up bring it on like 2 months ago, I have a bonus movie. God damn it! I'm such a sadistic fuck. You know what? I've been thinking about it, Jose. That's one of the movies I've been back in my mind. Maybe I should punish Chayton and do Wicked.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Rules for the Jose add a bonus on their birthday week. Soren's birthday is not until January. It's technically speaking, Jared is next because his birthday's on the 29th, and then that would be me, I think, after that, because my birthday's on November 8th. The next rule of Popcorn Panel, you do not talk about Popcorn Panel. Okay, for now, we're going to spin the fucking wheel because it's been about 2 weeks. It feels like an eternity since I last spun it. Oh God, my nose is driving me crazy. 3, 2, not even on the 3, 2, 1 today. I'm fucking my sneezing, my coughing. Ever since I saw Bring Her Back, it was worse. Oh no, fuck. That day we have to spin again. Sorry,
Yeah, we
James.
have to.
Bye.
Yeah, spin again.
There's no fucking guarantees now. No, not Van Forsting! Not Van Forsting! No!
Just
Morgan and I need
just
to
in time
watch
for the
this.
reboot. Just in time for the reboot.
No, I don't want to watch Van Forsting. Apparently it's dog shit.
I want to because I need to have an opinion. I just watched
We're doing
the
it.
OG one from 1994, so I have to do
I was
this.
going to talk about 2005. Rest in peace, Julian McMahon, the OG Doctor Doom. He just passed away. I think like
I just
Friday?
watched the extended edition of Fantastic Four, the 2005 one, a few weeks ago. So
yeah, and then him and then Michael Madsen and then Mark Snow, the composer of the X-Files, passed away within 3 days of each other. I'm like, God damn.
Hey Sony, the reboot's coming out in theaters. Now's your chance to release the extended time Blu-ray finally. By the way, here's my Fan 4 stick Blu-ray.
Oh God, I cannot believe I have to watch this piece of shit.
I'm excited to watch this. Probably boring.
I got a name. I got a name for this episode. You want to know what it is? Ready? The joke. I should have just put it. I should actually. I
thought you were gonna cut the credits here.
I was actually going to press the credits, but then press it back out because I'm not going to end the stream because I press end stream, I put the credits automatically. But I'm going to put the credit button and then I'm going to unclick it and then we're going to come back. So let me try and do this. I have a name. You want to know the name? You ready? I got the joke out of the way. 130 episodes. You sure you want to celebrate it with a bad movie? Jared wants to watch Fan Four Stick, and Soren was the one who picked it. Oh no, I really gotta watch it now, do I? I gotta be nice, especially considering Soren and I were fighting over Armageddon. Fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, fine. We'll do Fan Four Stick. And it's been a long time since I watched not as long time since I watched a superhero movie. When was the last time I watched one? Spider-Man.
Yeah, I have never seen this
4-hour.
one.
I haven't seen it, and frankly, my dear, it's gonna be pain. I know it's gonna be pain. To think, you know what's fucking crazy about that movie? That fucking Marco Beltrami and Philip Glass did the score. Yes, the Philip Glass. The classical guy, he does a couple of film scores here and there too.
Also,
Philip
Watchmen.
Glass for Fan Four Stick. This is perfect timing for the stupid not the stupid reboot, but the reboot is coming. It's going to be Superman versus Fantastic Four.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is.
Imagine if Pacino joined us next week.
You know what? I think Kevin Feige rigged this fucking reel. I think Kevin Feige rigged it. I think Feige's causing this. Damn you, Feige, with your damn cap that you always wear in every single fucking interview. God, every single public appearance, you wear that damn cap.
That cap must smell.
Oh, rated PG-13 for basically full frontal male nudity for the thing.
And also, it is true. This man has no dick.
Oh God, I can't wait. You know what? I think I owe Fiddler on the Roof an apology. God,
you might be more entertained by that movie.
I can't wait to have fun. Rant. You know what? I might as well just get it done within the week and not thinking about it anymore. And then when I come back to review this, I'm just I'll watch it tomorrow and forget about it and review it. And
that's what you get for giving Emperor's New Groove 3 out of 5, Victor.
Oh, is that true? Is it shot like Alien vs. Predator Requiem, where I can't see anything? Oh, this is gonna be a painful sit then. Where I can't see anything. Great. And what I heard that apparently Kate Mara wears a wig half the damn movie because they had to reshoot her scenes and she dyed it back to her natural brunette hair, and she's wearing a wig, I think, in the third act. God damn it. Why does Kate Mara get cursed with a bunch of bad movies too? That's another thing. She's too good of an actress to make all these back-to-back shitty movies, dude. However, since they killed her off at House of Cards, people have been treating her like crap. At least Rachel Brosnahan, who also was on House of Cards, at least doing better for herself this week, clearly, because the reviews are good for Superman. She did this after Transcendence. Imagine if we do Transcendence.
Transcendence is pretty underrated, in my opinion.
Oh, dear. Okay. We're done. I cannot believe I have to review Fan Four Stick, but how long is this fucking movie? This better be like only 90 minutes, please.
I think it's pretty
Hour
short.
40.
Oh, I thought it was like 90 minutes. Shit. Damn it. Oh, an hour. At least maybe with credits it's only 90. Because after he says, you got a name? Yeah, you want to hear it? Yeah, and then I'm gonna turn the fucking movie off before the title card comes up, so he won't even be able to save a name or not even imply the name. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's real super. Michael B. Jordan, at least he improved after this, because that's I'm sorry, Josh Trank. What the hell happened to him? That's another thing we should answer next week. What the hell happened to Josh Trank?
I could talk about or whatever.
I mean, Chronicle was a phenomenal movie. I might rewatch Chronicle before this, actually, because Chronicle is actually Simon Kinberg. Oh, you forgot he wrote this too.
And also, Josh Trank made Capone afterward.
Yeah, where Capone takes a shit in his diaper.
Yeah.
Oh dear God! Do maybe the real series with the Fantastics we forward all the way? Oh no! I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I'm losing my mind. Good night. See you next week. Fan Four Stick. I cannot believe I'm
Got a
gonna review that
name.
fucking movie,
Wait, I
but
got a name. Ready?
fuck off.